Looks like Brody's React isn't dead, boys. 10 more years.
I know. Right now, actually, all I'm thinking is like, I hope they don't release this soon. I have got work to do.
No, it should be releasing in like 2020.
January 1st.
So you have a couple months.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
React's back on the menu, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast here on this November 13th evening, 2019 year. We are joined once again with Toodles.
Hi.
Hirosashii.
What's up?
PaleoSteno.
Hi.
And I'm ACRacebest, and we anticipate that we may be seeing a few other people throughout our venture here on the
Our program.
But let's kick off things. I'm hungry. All right, I'm already like dinner time ready. So let's get into food posts. If you're new to the podcast, we do this every time, where we like to see what everybody's eating during or maybe before the podcast. And it looks like Fritz Roll is going to be round number 1 here for us.
Having some fresh turkey and cucumbers for dinner before Semi-Perfect Podcast time. Now, you know, the funny thing is, I used to work at the service deli at Ralph's, and I know exactly what kind of meat this is. It's the oven gold turkey from Boar's Head.
Sarah, you're a freak.
Please confirm in the chat, Fritz Roll, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh, and if I may show off a little bit, those are cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
Next to them. Those are cucumbers. Not
They make you burp.
Cucumbers?
You ever have cucumber burps?
No. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Cucumber burps?
I've never had it. What's the difference between a regular burp and a cucumber burp?
Cucumber burps smell like cucumbers.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know.
Sarah's like, I don't eat such a thing. Okay, now that is that looks like a healthy meal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like compared to anything I've eaten in the last 20 years of my life, that looks like a healthy meal.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. So we'll see what Fritz Roll confirms or denies your call there. Anime Guy 01 says, here's some chicken quesadilla with Chihuahua cheese. This is so...
Excuse me?
This is amazing, okay? Amazing that this comes up, because this would have been the first time, and I would have had the same response you did, Paleo. Chihuahua cheese, what does it sound like it is?
Cheese from a dog.
That's exactly what it is.
What?
Milk from the Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because, like, there's also a city named Chihuahua.
Trust me.
No, I'm gonna look this up.
Chihuahua cheese.
Oh wait, maybe
They milk the Chihuahua.
wait, I'm gonna look it up on my phone so I don't have to disrupt the screen.
Sarah doesn't believe me, but
Laura, I'm glad you joined when we're talking about Chihuahua cheese.
Yeah, yep, that's my life.
Chihuahua cheese might be the thing that convinced Laura to rethink eating cheese. Because she heard...
That was it, you know? Because I was like, oh, cheese, no big deal, it's fine, whatever. But then, as soon as found out about Chihuahua cheese coming from dogs, that's when my body just was like, nope, now you're intolerant to all lactose, so suck a dick.
In Mexico, queso Chihuahua is commonly recognized as a soft white cheese available in braids, balls, or rounds, and originates in the Mexican state of Chihuahua. So it's not from a dog.
Oh. So,
Oh.
okay, so...
Oh.
Ooh, Missy! In the chat. And Missy eats all the food as Missy should. Thank you, Missy, for always swinging by and always being so very generous. Thank you so much. So the Chihuahua cheese, by the way, yesterday at lunch, I was actually out at the Universal City Walk for lunch, a place that I've probably eaten a meal twice in my life. despite it being 30 minutes away. But yeah, we ate at this place like Antojitos or something, and the burrito had it just said Chihuahua, by the way. It didn't say cheese. It just said Chihuahua. Like it literally said like this kind of chicken, Chihuahua, and then it named like 2 other types of cheeses, and I'm just like, wow, they're just straightforward with this. Like
you could be eating a dog right now.
You should
or the
be
cheese from
eating.
a dog.
It was good. Chips and salsa, all the good stuff. So anyways, I literally experienced figuring out what Chihuahua cheese was yesterday at lunch. That was one of the first times I've ever even heard of it. So yeah, I am on board with this Chihuahua cheese in a quesadilla. So yes.
Alrighty. Next food post is from Taylor.
I'm seeing
here
a
I have
vibe.
a chicken tostada salad for semi-perfect pod tonight, and also preparing for my birthday on Saturday.
Oh, happy
birthday! Early.
Happy birthday early. I see everyone's meals look so healthier than I've eaten.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Everyone's eating healthy for me. Very good. Very good. Norris Brony says, crispy chicken sandwich and a McFlurry I left in the refrigerator for a week, but hey, it's still good. P.S.
Oh my god.
And this is Saber's not here, is he?
I'm in here.
Hey! Because Norris says, P.S. Saber, I loved your Has-Been Hotel review. Recently watched it and loved what you had to say.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I worked really hard on it. The people who made Has-Been Hotel could learn a thing or two about my hard work.
Especially
So much
some of the
time.
singers.
I saw your Vivsy posted like a little update, and like I saw it, she put up a bunch of like nice comments on Has-Been, and one of them was yours, Saber.
Wow, you kiss
It's
ass.
weird because like no. I even say in my video, I'm like, I'm not trying to dick ride. Because like, to be fair, it wasn't as much of a review as much as it was a recommendation. Because like, I don't know, nothing's perfect. That being said, there was like one review that just ripped into Has-Been to like just this seething hatred for it.
Yeah.
I saw this post where someone's like, on this scale, you know, unbridled rage. On this side with my review, soy boy. I'm like, soy boy? What does that mean? Like, I'm like, I like it. Oh, fucking sellout. Asshole soy boy.
So this, I think, is, by the way, the crispy chicken sandwich that's being referred to here. I think.
That's some flat chicken. I don't know where the chicken's supposed to, like, man.
I don't know if I'm being fooled here and I'm actually looking at a piece of chicken. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Maybe it's
Oh,
chicken.
it's
that
kind of
looks like
optical illusion.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perspective.
It does. Click on the McFlurry.
Okay.
That's that a week old.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
I'm sorry, bear back.
Okay.
Rosie Diamond.
Rosie got steak and shake with some random guy, and yes, Gabe, their fries are still trash. And now we're watching the podcast and playing Luigi's Mansion. We also watched Has-Been Hotel last night. Loved it.
Let's see the steak and shake.
All right, a salad,
You got a salad at Steak and Shake.
a yellow drink.
That don't look like water. That looks like a water cup, but that don't look like water. I was
You
ashamed.
thieves.
How dare you? You stole from America. Let's look at this.
Them playing Luigi's
I
Mansion.
don't know why, but I thought that was a picture of me for half a second.
What, this one?
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't either. I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was me. All right. Random guy. Cool. Nora Mermaid says, hey, Semi-Perfect Podcast. Having a cookie tonight, as one should. It was great getting to see you all 2 weeks ago and miss you guys like crazy. By the way, here's my Halloween costume for this year. Black Griffin cheerleader.
Nice.
I love it. That is so great.
Oh, cute.
Oh, Nora, good work. Good work. Love you all to death. Nora, we love you too.
And
Nora,
Fritzl cannot confirm or deny because it was delivered by his college.
so
cafe.
you know.
But I know that's what you're eating.
And you mentioned Nora earlier said something in regards to me having to.
Having to eat an entire piece of cake, like
Yeah.
One white.
It was self-inflicted. I had every opportunity to say, I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that's how I normally eat cake. So it was okay.
All right. Auto Night, Princess Deadpool. Kind of broken, running low on groceries tonight. So now I'm keeping it simple with a peanut butter sandwich and Smosh figures. Nothing wrong with the good old classic peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, the Smosh videos, you might want to look into your diet there. But no. But peanut butter sandwich, that is... I have that for lunch every now and then. And by every now and then, I mean like twice a week. So I sometimes add a little jelly in there just to change it up. Nathaniel says, made myself a combination of spinach, shrimp, Bush's grilled beans, Colby Jack, and sausage for dinner. Mm. Now that right there, unless there was strategy going in here, that sounds to me like the kind of meal that like I was like, you know what? I'm 12 years old and I am going to make something delicious.
I am a chef.
And I am a chef and I'm going to add things, and it probably turned out delicious.
Yeah.
Because like, although I'm not a shrimp eater, just about everything else has me sold on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean,
nice.
It looks good.
Nathaniel's like, I'm literally a professional chef. Thanks.
All right, we got Munchkin. The mead man of Ciderfest is enjoying a nice cup of strawberry mead as I get ready to chill and watch the podcast.
So Munchkin here.
Accurately labeled cup.
Yep.
He's a cool dude. I like Mead Man. Munchkin is a nice, familiar face who is always a pleasure to bump into at cons, and he's very generous.
Yep, and has kind of set a few really funny things in motion for us. I know the gavel was one of them, but yeah,
which should be destroyed.
Nope, never. It's mine. It's mine.
But also gave us this delicacy known as mead.
Yeah.
I did not end up trying it. I think I broke his heart. He was like, "You gotta try it." But it definitely gave us a lot of fun. When Saberspark finally arrived, he drank half of the bottle, and then we were like, "All right, now we should get food."
Very thirsty.
Well, you have to stay hydrated. I get it.
Yeah, right.
Railroad Brony says, eating my food for the Semi-Perfect podcast in my school's machine shop tonight. Stayed late to machine a part in the CNC mill. Fried rice, chicken, seasoned chicken, and sliced beef steak.
Nice.
You see this? This is the healthy food version of the entries. Oh, we might one up it.
Not exactly food, but I'm sitting here with a water bottle in a park after practicing chin-ups and beep test for upcoming benchmarking for dragon boat training and racing. Nice.
Oh. See, now we've hit the epitome of healthy food.
Yes.
Water.
Nothing healthier. Let's see. We've got Allison.
Or less nutritious.
No snack today, but I'm watching with my cat. This is Cherry. She's a 6-year-old tabby.
Don't eat the cat.
I love her.
All right, let's see if we've got an email that have popped up.
All right. We are refreshing our food posts.
All right.
We are checking.
All right, I think we're good. We're in the clear.
Oh, there's one.
Britt Fields. I know I'm early, but I'm never eating when Semi-Perfect Pod starts. LOL. So my SPP food is tomato soup and grilled peanut butter because I don't like the cheese. Sorry. Grilled peanut butter.
Laura, your people have arrived. Sarah and Laura, you anti-cheese human beings.
I'm not sure I would
anti-cheese
opt for a grilled peanut butter. I wonder.
Oh wait, okay, wait. Wait. I'm missing the important thing. So a grilled peanut butter and tomato soup. Interesting. I had tomato soup for lunch, but grilled...
I've had like a peanut butter sandwich on like toast before.
Yeah. Is that pretty good? Like that seems like that would be good, but I don't know. Like it's weird that they added like grilled factor plus the tomato soup.
Everything, both sides of this meal sound good, but I'm intrigued about the two being together. I'm not.
I mean, people get tomato soup and grilled cheese together like all the time.
Yeah.
That's
grilled,
like a
grilled cheese. Yeah, it's
yeah.
But
It's just that it's grilled peanut butter instead.
I can't say I'm opposed to the idea though. I don't know. It's not one that immediately like shuns my stomach.
Yeah.
Like it's one where I'm like, I'm cautiously intrigued. All right. So those are our
I think that is
food
it.
posts. Sweet. Do we have an itinerary?
We do. Hold on 1 second.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
Perfect. Well, so we have actually quite a few topics that we're going to be talking about here tonight. First off, as you heard earlier, we had a couple extra people come in. Welcome, Laura.
The French
Oh
champagne
God.
has always been renowned for its excellence.
And Saberspark.
Hello.
Hello. So,
I'm sorry. Wait, no, 1 second.
yes.
Can we? We live in a timeline where you say hello, Laura, to which we get the reply, "Oh, the French," and you say hello, Saberspark, and you get hi. What?
Did y'all like do a body swap or something?
That old tired trope.
Yeah, what show? Only one show would. Only shows do that in like their final season. Like, who does that?
Yeah, what terrible type
Actually, I remember like Jim was talking about tropes and how in like that cartoon Clerk show, in their second episode they had a recap show, and I thought that was the fucking funniest thing ever. Like,
Oh yeah, it's great.
it's brilliant.
the funny
Like the Clerks, it's only like 6 episodes, but it's some of the like the funniest like
The clip
Stuff.
show
yeah.
on the second episode. That kills me.
So I know like a lot of shows do tend to go for the body swap thing, but I don't know how many shows have taken the Chippendale Rescue Ranger approach to this, where they did body swaps, but
Their heads stayed the same.
the characters kept their heads.
So you've got Dale's head on Gadget's body.
To
Oh
which
my God.
she literally tells him hands off the body.
Yeah, because he like starts like kind of like being like, "What the heck?" and like touching it, and she's like, "Hands off!" And he's like, "Sorry."
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a weird episode.
It's an actual thing. I love it though.
No, here,
It's,
let me see if I can find a screenshot.
I'm sure you
Wait,
can.
who has Gadget's body? Was it Chip
Dale.
or Dale?
Dale.
Dale.
Should have been Monty.
Let's see. Chip's head was on Monty's body.
Yeah.
Was Monty's head just on Chip?
I think so.
Was Zipper part of this or no?
I don't think. I think
It was just a
previously-
1-to-1.
I think previously Zipper was Nimnal. Swapped with Nimnal.
Oh no, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. You're right. Well, Chip. I'm gonna read what Sarah's typing here. Chip and Dale in Gadget's body.
That gets the results, okay? I got it right fucking here.
Whoa! Didn't you know that this had to be kid friendly?
Wait, hold on, save
No,
my-
quite the contrary. You want to be the opposite of code.
Yeah, you want to say fucking fuck ass.
Yeah,
Where's the
I was working on my video today, and I was like, "Oh no, I said shit." I'm like, "Oh, that's okay now." Like, hey, I should say it.
Oh, so is that the thing? You just have to like set your channel as like.
Yeah, set your channel as not
Here.
for kids.
Little Shy gave me a rundown. He's like a YouTube genius.
Oh, thank you.
Am I posting in here?
Yeah.
All right, here you guys go.
Isn't that great though? Like, how about that though? Like, YouTube's like, "Hey guys, needs to be advertiser friendly." Just kidding. It's too clean. We'll find you $42,000.
Okay.
Like, thanks, YouTube.
Well, there you go. And this is actually like we just posted a picture of it, but this is the exact. And you might actually be able to post the link to this. Here, I'll show you how. That's the moment where their Gadget and Dale are having this conversation about hands off the body. So
Wow.
Yep. You can watch it on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little
Wrong
bit.
aspect ratio.
We'll get into Disney Plus here in a moment, but I'm curious to hear how everyone's last couple weeks have been. Obviously, we're going to be talking about one of the big things a little bit later on, which was Ponyville Cider Fest. A lot of us went to.
Yeah.
But besides that, Paleo, how have your last 2 weeks been?
Been pretty good. I found out that the fleas had come back for a vengeance,
Oh.
so we're gonna have to. My aunt's gonna come over this weekend. We're gonna try to like basically bomb the house, blow it up. No, we're gonna get some. We're gonna get some bug bombs, clean the sheets and covers and everything, vacuum, then set them off, and take Salem to her house and wash him. And then hopefully that'll like get rid of all the fleas.
Yeah, good luck, dude. They're just the
Yeah.
worst creatures ever.
That's a lot going on. What about Saber? What have your last 2 weeks had?
Nothing really. Just working on video stuff. Just trying to think if there's anything of interest. No, I don't have much to report. No, just living life.
Nice. Laura, what's new with you?
Let's see.
Just got
I
a
did
list.
I did a movie day for myself this past weekend because there was like a bunch of stuff that came out that I wanted to see and wanted to catch up with stuff.
Nice.
So I went and saw Parasite and Doctor Sleep, and
Nice.
it was a good time. They were both very good.
What were your thoughts about Doctor Sleep? Like without spoilers, just a general vibe.
It's a better sequel to the Shining movie than it is an adaptation of Doctor Sleep the book. Does that make sense?
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I saw it last night with my dad, and
Oh, did you like it?
yeah, I did. I felt like it was kind of like you said, like it does a good job throwing back to the original, but it was also very different. Like it took me a while to be like to I guess figure out what was not going on, but like, oh, okay, this is the type of movie this one's gonna be, because it's
How about
a little
if you
different.
don't mind me interrupting?
So have you read the book?
I have not. No, I don't read.
Okay.
I can't read.
That's totally fine. You don't have to
He's an
read.
engineer.
Illiteracy is fine. It's just like I guess because like I'm a little curious just because I had read it before and I kind of knew what in general to expect because like it follows the same basic story, but like I don't know. I guess I kind of am interested in the perspective of not having known what was going to happen.
Just like I said, like from a lot of people have seen The Shining, where it's it takes place in this hotel and it's like ghosts and all this stuff. And from that, like from what I understood just watching the movie of The Shining, I went into this kind of figuring like, oh, he's gonna be back there and it's gonna be a whole nother movie of that. So
okay.
So that's why I was like, when stuff was getting going and we were meeting our antagonists in this movie, I was just kind of like, what's going on? Oh, okay. but once the movie explains it well enough to where like there wasn't much confusion once things got going. It just took me, I didn't know where this movie was going. So
okay, cool.
yeah,
Huh.
but I mean it's fun.
Yeah.
Like it's it's a movie that made me smile because of what it's there to deliver, which is kind of your spooky, suspenseful genre, and I enjoyed it. I
And
did.
it's very charming too. Like they throw back to things pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. I do. So yeah, cool.
What about Midway?
Midway.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Gabe about Midway, and again, I won't say any spoilery stuff, but
I could read a history book and know the answer.
I just don't want I guess that was
Do the
stupid to say.
Americans win?
I don't want you to know. This one has a really good twist at the
Who
end,
won
guys.
the war?
Did they stop Pokemon?
So the thing with Midway, like the first thing I'll admit is that I am much less of a history buff than most people. I appreciate history, but I also don't often like seek it out. So I'm not like the most informed on like what actually happened during the Pearl Harbor era, and World War II.
Pearl Harbor era.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was like,
I don't want to talk about Midway anymore.
Yes, this was the longest day.
Jesus.
Era.
But
Continue.
the thing is that I actually spoke with Gabe because of course he called me. I was finishing the movie at like 12:30 last night. He called me 10 minutes before it ended, and I'm like, who the hell's calling me at midnight? Oh, I know who. So I called him back and we spoke a little bit about it. My struggle was initially not trying to not compare this movie to Pearl Harbor, and I may be in the minority with Pearl Harbor, but I actually love the movie Pearl Harbor. And yeah, like I don't know, there's a lot that really works for me in that movie. And I think a big part of it is also like the music that's in that movie, which is another Hans Zimmer soundtrack. So like that, I just noticed myself doing that a little bit. And then I was like, no, let this movie be its own movie. and yeah, like, I mean, as far as it goes, like, I enjoyed it. I really had to pee at the end of it, but besides that, I did enjoy it. So
Good.
yeah, and I don't, like I said,
I have a question about that.
Mhm.
Were the battles ever overwhelming? Because like when I watched the trailer, I was thinking it felt like World War II, Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, where it's just a lot going on.
I wouldn't call it overwhelming purely because I haven't been in a World War II aircraft fight, so I don't know if it's like overdone. I don't know, but there are the one thing is like this isn't like a good or bad thing. It's just the battle that this all leads up to, which is kind of like a spread out battle. It lasts a while, so there's not much of a break once it gets into it, but I can see the comparison to Star Wars. Like I can understand that. Here's the thing, actually. Here's the biggest thing about this movie, guys, is I was 100% rooting for the person we're probably supposed to be rooting for, which is our it's like this pilot guy. Because his name is Dick Best. And I'm sitting here the whole time going like, is this one of my relatives? Like, I don't know. So I had to root for, my potential family member.
Yes.
So yeah, no, but I mean, I like I said, I did enjoy it. It was just the first 20 or so minutes of the movie. It's weird because for me it felt like it just had, I think it was more me, but it just felt like it had to get going for me, and once it did, I was like, okay, we're rolling here. So not a slow start, just I don't know. I'm really good at reviewing movies. I don't know how to describe my feelings, but yeah. Hero, did we hear about what your last 2 weeks have been up to?
I've been watching anime.
Nice.
That's it.
That's more crazy than usual.
Yes, it is. I've been playing the piano and watching anime. Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Sarah?
I got locked out at work today, so the
Oh,
first
no.
hour of work, I just sat there. So that was good. My coworker, he usually opens the office in the morning. He accidentally locked his keys inside, like yesterday, because he left them because he's morning shift, and so night shift closed it up with his keys inside. So yeah.
Yeah, and I guess to finish up mine too, for Sarah and I, we both celebrated our birthdays
Yeah.
over the last 2 weeks. and yeah, and then we have our
Anniversary.
1 year anniversary coming up on Sunday.
Wow.
Whoa! So, just let me know when you guys land, and we'll head to Disneyland.
Sounds wonderful, actually.
But yeah, so we're gonna go out and maybe grab a meal at the Blue Bayou.
Yes.
Blue Baloo.
We've got a reservation, and the only time I could get was 9:30 in the evening.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And now everyone knows where to find us at 9:30 in the evening.
Well, we might be able to get in there earlier at a time I won't specify.
Someone's gonna like just splash everybody on the ride, and they're just gonna be like, "Take this." I want to throw bread at somebody. Can I?
Not at the expense of possibly getting us kicked out of the restaurant.
It would be worth it.
Like on our anniversary.
I'll do it before we order anything, so they don't charge us for food.
I'm pretty sure they already charged us.
Well, it was mentioned a little bit earlier on. I got everybody right. I didn't miss anyone. I don't think so. But Disney Plus just came out.
Yeah.
It had, at least I feel like a lot of us find it predictable to have a service like this have issues on its first day.
Oh yeah.
Have the issues cleared up at all today?
A little bit. There's still some issues with different devices you might use it on, because on the TV that we have downstairs, for some reason, sometimes when you play something, it has like an audio delay and you have to restart it. And that hasn't fixed yet. So at least the app for Samsung smart TVs at the moment isn't perfect. I've been able to use it on my computer just fine now, though yesterday on my computer I couldn't get into it at all for a while. On my phone it works fine, and on my PS4 it works fine. So it seems like certain devices are taking a while for it to like fix out for them to fix the bugs and whatever in it. But I've been able to log into it now, because before it was just like so many people trying to get into it at once, and some people in other countries where it's not available yet trying to get into it.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
By using like a VPN or whatever.
Look,
so it's actually having more people than they expected.
Here's the deal: is everybody that is not, that is in a country that this hasn't come out yet, you guys need to practice patience, okay? When the My Little Pony episodes came out in different countries, did we go and watch them before they aired in the U.S.?
Yes.
Yeah.
One person in here.
Good for you. Good for you. By the way, we did get a...
But I am confused why they didn't just do a worldwide release.
That is interesting. They're teasing. You can't have this. You can't have this. We got a super chat from James of Hohen. Says, everyone inspired by this SPP, join me, Aleximus Prime, Princess Deadpool, and Drummer Shy for the Not Horse Famous podcast, episode 1, tomorrow at 9.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's see here.
Is there anything else we want to talk about? Disney
Yeah,
Plus?
anyone else have anything
Oh, yeah.
with Disney Plus?
Yeah, give me my aspect ratios.
Yeah, that's... I do have a list of different notes I've been taking, because I'm going to make a video on it tomorrow.
Cool.
Because there are certain things I wish they would do with a service, like when search you had the to have like a secondary sort would be nice. I like the little collections that they have when you go to the search, like they have all the DComs in one place.
I don't think they have a recently watched tab.
Yeah, they I could have sworn I saw one yesterday, but then like it disappeared. Or like a continue watching thing. So there's some bugs they need to work out.
Mhm.
I do like the Through the Decades collection, where it has everything by by decade, though it's not completely in order. Because I noticed that in the 2010s it has Monsters University before Tangled. I'm like, that's definitely not right.
No.
These rookies. What do they think they know?
I also just want the original theatrical releases of Star Wars. Like,
Yeah,
that shouldn't be so hard to do.
I do want
Laura,
that.
did you hear about the Machunky thing going around?
The what?
I'll explain it. So apparently there's a as if it's not already bad enough. You know the infamous who shot first, Han or Greedo?
Well, it was Han, but yeah.
First it was Han, and then George messed with it where it was Greedo, and then it's both of them shooting each other at the same time with Han's edited to move out of the way. For whatever reason, I guess Lucas said, I want this in the movie before Disney bought it, or that's part of the agreement, so they had to put it up on there. It's almost like a big old fuck you to the fans, where it has like Greedo going like, I'm gonna bring your body in and I'll be happy, and Han going, I bet you will, or bet you are, and then they shoot. Well, they put in the scene where it's that, no, I bet you are, my chunky, and then they shoot.
What?
It's so weird. Yeah, Bazinga. It's so weird. It's so strange to have this very like tense scene that's already fucked up, and then randomly to see. I bet you are my chunky.
What the fuck, George?
Yeah, go look it up. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's weird.
Where
Have any of you have any of you watched some of the original stuff?
Spoilers.
No, not yet.
I've watched Mandalorian, but
Yeah, I've watched that too. I've also watched like the 4K Ask Questions short and the Pixar in Real Life thing, which are going to be a weekly thing along with Mandalorian. There's like a new Sparks short from Pixar on there called Float. Last night and also tonight when I rewatched it with my dad, The World According to Jeff Goldblum. It's an episode about sneakers. It's he's such a like his personality is like so weird, but it's fun.
Messed up by being like Woody Allen isn't that bad of a guy, and everybody's like, no, duh.
Is it bad that when I hear the Pixar short Float, for some reason I'm like, wow, they decided to make a Pixar short about
an ice cream float?
No,
okay.
No, of a floater.
Okay. All right. Well, next.
A piece of poop.
Okay. About to poo.
But yeah, anyone else have anything on Disney Plus? Sarah and I haven't used it yet, so I don't have any.
Yeah.
But...
The main thing I really wish they would fix the aspect ratios of shows. Because it's weird like which shows they do it with and which shows they don't. Because like most of the Disney afternoon stuff is 4:3 except for Rescue Rangers.
Well, yeah, because that's
which is like what?
Oh, by the way, saw Jake Wyman was in the chat, so shout out to Jake. He actually mentioned, and it makes a good point, that the release as far as the other countries go is likely having to do with the fact that, like, you know, different either copyrights or what certain countries allow and don't allow. So, which you'd also think like that could be something that they're like, well, we'll sort this out ahead of time.
Yeah,
I guess not.
Yeah, maybe they couldn't. I don't know. But yeah,
I was gonna make one more point about aspect ratios because the main reason like people are upset about it is because, especially with The Simpsons, it cuts off jokes, like jokes that you wouldn't see otherwise.
Like the Duff Beer thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or like certain signs that they're just like a visual gag.
Background gags all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because like that's how FX airs The Simpsons now, is like in 16:9 with older seasons, and they really shouldn't. They should air them like the way they were originally.
Jaxblade just sent us a super chat. Thank you, Jaxblade. He says, they gave me my Dumbo crows, but ain't giving me my zippity doo dah rabbits. Lord Fillmore.
So Song of the South didn't make the cut?
No.
It didn't make the cut.
We have that on DVD.
Yes, we do. Got it off
Yeah,
of a
that's
flea
awesome.
market.
How do we have it on DVD? Like,
Tommy found it one
yeah,
day.
I mean, I know how we have it, but like, how would I didn't even realize they put it on
That
DVD.
definitely wouldn't be official.
I don't know. If
That's
it
what I'm
is.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Yeah,
banned
that
before
definitely
that.
isn't official because they never did a video release.
Oh my gosh, we should actually play it. It's probably like,
It's on sex tape.
if you know what I mean, zippity doo dah.
So I guess, are we ready to move on to the next topic?
I would say, you know what? Actually, I want to interject.
Okay.
Just so I don't forget
Yeah.
to do. Oh, Jax Blade with another super chat says something you want to tell me, Race, about you owning that. No. God, this feels like I'm on the Steve Harvey show again. Just Steve glaring me down.
Do you not watch any movies with black people in it? Well, I watched Song of the South.
Song of the South. It's a classic. Oh God. Honestly, I just want to see it. Even though I'm sure I could have found it online or something. I don't know, but
It's pretty hard to find.
yeah. Well, it was at the swap meet. And,
Yeah, like our friend Tommy found it at the swap meet, and
Of
he
course
bought
he
it.
did.
And he's like, "Here you guys go. You like Disney movies?"
I was like, how did you find this? So before we move on to our next topic, I want to talk about killer bread.
Okay. Killer
What?
bread. I forgot to look this up.
Yeah, Sarah's pulling this up, but killer bread. All right, there's this brand of bread called Dave's Killer Bread. I don't know if anyone's ever had this before or knows what it is, but my mom found it and was like, "Oh, it's really healthy. It's great." And I was like, "Okay, interesting." And then she adds, "Yeah, convicts make it." I'm like, "Excuse me? What? What do you mean?" So there's there's this company that has, and I don't know if you have that note of the stuff that we talked about. But yeah, and essentially they made this company, and it's essentially a company that gives people a second chance. Ex-convicts that got out of jail, struggled to find work, and yeah. But like Sarah and I were kind of laughing about like the concept of this and how it's actually a selling point of the bread. Like it's not something where you find out about it by looking it up. Like it's on their label. They have the whole story and everything. And yeah, and like we were thinking about different ways they can campaign this bread. Like Janice used to sell meth, but now she sells bread. Like, thank you, Janice.
In general, like I feel like it's a good thing to, like, they're
I just love that as a marketing campaign.
Yeah. Sarah came up with this one.
Terrence stole a TV from Best Buy, but now he's baking those buns.
Oh my god.
I feel like this is something they can market even further.
Yeah.
Like, come on, really push it. And again, like you said, like it's it's a lot of people that end up in jail. I imagine there's a good number of them that do deserve that second chance and go through and serve their time, but it is also difficult for them to find work. So and I'm not like necessarily pushing this as like, oh my god, the bread was amazing. I told Sarah about this and she kind of had the same response you guys did, but I was like, yeah, Dave's Killer Bread.
Killer bread.
So, and they actually have it on their website, like kind of some of the people that work in there, like actual stories and what they did to get in trouble and where they are now. So yeah, it was just kind of I didn't know if anyone else had ever heard about this bread, but
Hearing about it right now for the first time, and I love it.
yeah, like here, Emily, our senior mixer, just be blah blah blah. I thought this would be quicker to
No,
find.
it's a very long.
It's
article.
holy crap.
Here,
Christmas Eve 2016, I killed my husband.
No,
and
stop it. That's not what it says.
It says that she was arrested 24 times. So this is our 25th chance, not second chance. But hey, very good. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. And I feel like talking about ex-convicts is a good segue into our next topic, the redesign of Sonic.
Yeah, or just a seamless segue.
Because Sonic deserved a second chance too, everybody.
So the lords above gifted the Sonic people with Tyson Hess. And Tyson Hess was like, let me take care of everybody. and thus it was so, and Sonic is fixed.
So did they actually release a trailer?
Yes, it was a new
Yeah,
trailer.
there's a trailer.
Yeah, a recut trailer. New stuff in it with the new Sonic, which I forgot to show you before the podcast.
It's okay.
But yeah,
I've seen pictures.
You've
I've
seen pictures.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
seen the screen grabs.
Alright, yeah.
He looks much better.
Yes.
But I'm kind of
Yes, he
upset.
does.
I
Why?
not upset that they went through and did the work and made the effort, but I really would have liked to see the cringy looking stuff we would have got from the original design. Like I mean, if what we saw was as bad as it was, imagine how the rest of it looked. Like
Also bad.
The original trailer was also pretty bad in general. So I'm wondering if like the artists and the people working there were like so pissed at the producers. They're like, let's make the worst fucking trailer we can. And show them, yeah, people aren't gonna like this.
So there's that thing going around about people being like, dude, clearly they released this bad trailer so that they could come back and win the fans over with this
The
good
conspiracy
redesign.
theorists.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this company wasted billions of dollars.
well,
Right.
Like and on merchandise.
I get where people are coming from on the conspiracy side, and
That's just too much work.
Well, unless they just designed the terrible one for the specific scenes in the trailer. But aside from that, because that's still wearing the tinfoil cap, like I for one, I should say I wouldn't put it actually like beyond some companies to do that. But at the same time, like with the current design or the design that they just came up with, I kind of feel like if that's what showed up in the first place, people would have been like, okay, cool, Sonic looks good.
Yeah.
Right. No, I can't get on board with the conspiracy thing because like, why bother taking that risk when it's completely unnecessary?
Mhm.
That's just I can't buy into that at all.
I don't buy into
Yeah,
it
you
either.
start with a black eye. Like, you want to start with good. I mean, it does go with the publicity thing of any publicity is good publicity, yada yada. But again, this was Sonic, and it was going to, peak to people's interests anyways. It definitely probably got a lot more coverage because of how horrendous the original character looked.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You know, currently the new Sonic trailer has more likes than the Rise of the Skywalker trailer,
Nice.
and it's getting a lot of views, and it might actually pass up the views of the Rise of the Skywalker trailer.
The Sonic
So you-
trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, see, it did work. Conspiracy here
So-
back on.
So
Confirmed.
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic looks better. This movie still doesn't even look that good.
No,
Like,
it's not going to be a good movie, but god damn it, I'm going to enjoy it.
I am looking
Right.
forward to Jim Carrey in a comedy role.
Yeah.
Like that to me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unless that's another redesign they had with this movie.
We brought back Sonic from the '90s, and we brought back Jim Carrey from the '90s.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see it. And yeah, however it turns out, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what it does. Anyone else have any thing to say about the Sonic redesign? Cool. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say that I think people are kind of, I don't know. I feel like their excitement might be a little bit misplaced, where it's like, oh, it's fine for folks to like things that aren't that great, but some folks are like, oh, it's going to be a god amazing movie now. It's going to be the best, and it's like, the writing's probably the same, so don't too.
I've seen people who, who have been taking the role of keeping people's expectations in check.
Well, thank you, people, for that reality statement.
You mean they didn't rewrite the whole thing too? They should have gotten the writer from the first Sonic game.
Yeah. To
write this movie. Lots of good dialogue in that movie, or in that game.
Speaking of new trailers.
Oh.
Scoob.
Anyone who I don't even know, would this qualify as spoilery at all?
No.
There's a new
Scooby-Doo
called Scoob.
It's exclamation
animated.
Point. It's animated CGI. You haven't watched that trailer either.
I haven't seen it.
Ah!
I saw it without sound.
You're so busy editing that you just
that I don't get to enjoy other people's editing.
It looks decent, I would say. I've got high hopes.
Yeah. Is that the one with the hot Velma?
Yes.
Yes.
And R.I.P. her cute nerd voice. It is gone with the
I do
wind.
not like her voice. I know. That's my biggest problem. I was talking to Bill about this, where I do not care for the voice actors except for Scooby, of course.
Yeah. Because he's super
No, it's also kind of weird how in the trailer Scooby talks more than usual, and it's kind of weird.
He doesn't also. He's not doing his raggy movie.
Yeah.
IKEA should have been IKEA. It's like, that's interesting. I wonder if they forego that, or just said forget it. Let's just have them talk. But like Fred's voice is okay. Shaggy sounds like a shitty impersonation. Velma's is super deep. I was not expecting that like deep voice out of Velma. I thought it'd be something nerdy as well. And then Daphne sounds incredibly lethargic. That being said, it's a trailer. Who can say?
Yeah.
Visually it looks fine. I think it looks pretty cool.
I don't know why. I do know why. This is off topic of this. Still kind of on the Scooby-Doo topic, but I mentioned that I had lunch at Universal yesterday. I also did a little bit of walking around the, what am I looking for? I was behind the scenes, and so I wasn't really thinking about like what I might bump into. And as we were walking by, because I didn't even realize, like, Universal, if you've ever been there, is the kind of park where sometimes it's almost hard to tell what's behind the scenes and what isn't, because of the layout of the park. And so anyways, I look up, and at one point there's not Scooby, but the rest of the gang. And as I walked around the fence to get behind the scenes, Scooby was just about to head out. And I was like,
so were these like costume characters?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
But the best thing was there was somebody dressed up as Homer Simpson, but they didn't have Homer's head on. And you can imagine how small this head looked on this walk around Homer Simpson. It was, the visual of it was beautiful. His head was so small. We're talking like Beetlejuice status, like shrunken head.
Wow.
Alright. Anybody else have anything to say about Scooby-Doo?
I guess not.
Alright.
So is this where I should step away?
Yeah, do y'all want to talk about green eggs and ham?
Green eggs and ham, you
This is
said?
where I step away.
Green eggs and ham.
Because I haven't seen it, so I'm going to step away.
Saber, you want to talk about green eggs and ham? Because I know you and I haven't seen it.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I will let you guys have your fun.
Alright, so as long as this spoiler screen that is about to be put up here, as soon as I find it, there's so many tabs that I have. There it is. Okay. As long as the screen is up, we're going to be talking about Green Eggs and Ham spoilers. It is a show on Netflix that was recently released. And here we go. Does anybody want to start?
Sure. There are certain franchises that I guess I can understand that they're big and popular, but I don't really like. I don't love them.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Seuss, Peanuts, just stuff like that, where it's like I get their old brands and they get redone every so often. So leading up to Green Eggs and Ham's release, I was like, okay, like I remember like Hale and I were told by one of our viewers that like, oh, this is gonna be one of the most expensive things ever made by Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first little blip on the radar to go, okay, well, what's this going to be about then?
Yeah.
And how will you stretch a short story to a 13 episode? You know, like even if it was 5 episodes, even if it was more than 1 episode, I'd be like, that's what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that complicated.
Yeah.
But they made it work. They made a fun show, beautiful animation, interesting characters. Sam's a bit annoying at times, but he's not as bad as like Wandered. I thought Guy was great. I thought how they were able to embellish a story with new stuff to kind of stretch it out to where the Green Eggs and Ham, it's more of a running gag and theme and bring it all together. I thought it was fun. It's if you've got Netflix and you like animation, then absolutely check it out.
Yeah, it was really good. I binged watched it yesterday, and I very much enjoyed it. Like, the writing is so good, and I really enjoyed the story and how they kind of like really kind of ran away with it, where it's like, you know, you've got that basic theme of the Green Eggs and Ham, but add in planes, trains, and automobiles into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Les Mis reference completely caught me off guard. I was because when it started, I was like, this is a lot like Jean Valjean, and then Laura, did you know that the guy who was oh gosh, I forget, it was someone from Hamilton was singing as the Les Mis mouse, so we got like a musical whirlwind. It was wonderful. There was a Shawshank Redemption reference.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else there was, but those
Usual Suspects.
That they go. So it wasn't like pandering writing where it's just for kids. Like, there's stuff there for adults as well.
Yeah, I love that one joke in a later episode where they see the toy store and it's like Dopaminos.
There's a diner that Guy is walking into where the lights, it's called Justin's Diner. And the lights go out and it says "Just Die" on it.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, man.
Just Die.
No,
I missed that one.
I
missed that.
It may not be a surprise that my favorite character is Sam.
I was like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, this is Wander.
He is 100% Wander. Like,
yeah, he is.
Oh man. So yeah, of course he's my favorite, and he's a good bean.
Could SpongeBob and Squidward? Could they have gotten the giraffe back? You think SpongeBob and Squidward could have gotten the Chicken-Raff back?
Yes. They delivered Krusty Krab pizza. They can deliver a Chicken-Raff.
All right. Word.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to, this whole show was very wholesome, but there was one extremely wholesome moment that like literally made me have to like pause the show and just be like, and that was so there's that very nice policeman that is chasing after Sam, trying to arrest him, and Sam, like, you know, is explaining, I'm looking for my friends or something like that, and Sam, like, at this one point, he stops because Guy leaves, and the policeman's like, did you find your friends? And Sam's like, no, I lost them. And then, like, you think that the policeman's about to just, like, straight up arrest him, but he, like, bends down and, like, just gives him the biggest, like, warmest hug. And I'm just like, oh, that's so wholesome. And then he's like, may I arrest you now? But yeah, it's so good. It's cute. I enjoy it.
I love that town because like everybody's nice in that town, and there's like the north part of the
Yeah.
town, and like as soon as you cross it, everybody's mean.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
have fun with the setting.
Yeah.
That's something that was also nice to see, that they saw the source material, the wacky world of Dr. Seuss, but it's not like to the brink of insanity where like what are the rules? Like there are no rules. Like no, there are rules,
Mhm.
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So it seems functional and fun, and I enjoy that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
I don't think Laura caught that Les Mis reference. She would have replied.
Oh.
But
Has she seen it, or has she seen
nah,
it?
she's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she
All
cares
right.
to see it or
Well,
not.
I think that is where we're gonna end it. Maybe we'll come back to it once some other folks have seen it. But for now, that's gonna be it for green eggs and ham. Hey Jeffrey, come back. And could someone message Hero to say that he can come back?
All done?
Yeah, we're good. All right.
I went and was listening to the stream in the other room.
Oh, sure.
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 Well, have you moved on to the next topic?
No, not yet.
Well,
We were waiting for people to come back.
gotcha. Anyone we're still waiting for?
I think Hero. Is Hero here? Oh, didn't see-
Hero looks here.
Okay.
Everybody's gone.
Everyone's gone. Where have the good people?
I have returned.
Oh, hey. All right, shall we move on to My Little Pony stuff?
All right. Well, it's been an
My Little
interesting.
Pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the heck would be a fan of that?
Yeah. So it's been an interesting day for the My Little Pony franchise.
Yeah.
A couple announcements.
But first, so I think this announcement was a little while ago.
It
Like-
says February
No, but
16th.
I thought there was something else. Like, I thought it was a hard date for the My Little Pony movie. Did they not do that?
Yeah, they did that
Okay.
like a few days ago
Yeah.
for that.
I must have pulled up obviously an outdated article. Does anybody know the specific date?
Yeah, it's like September. It's sometime in September of 2021.
Okay.
So it's a couple years.
Cool. Yeah, so there's that little bit of news, a little nugget.
Yeah. So
Still I think we know that it's going to be CG, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be CG and it's gonna be the start of Generation 5.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of confusion right now about what's happening and what's what does what mean. We know about the movie. We know that it kicks off Generation 5. So the question is, what the hell is Pony Life?
Pony
A
Life.
spin-off, basically.
It was who's even making Pony Life?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know the animation studio that's making it.
See,
Me
Hasbro
neither.
has revealed
AllSpark Animation, it
the
says.
next exciting chapter for one of its super successful franchises, complete with a fresh redesign. My Little Pony Pony Life. Wow, My Little Pony Pony Life is an all-new animated series produced by Hasbro's AllSpark Animation, launching in 2020 with a robust production line.
That's not the real
series.
logo.
And I know it's not available from select retailers this winter. I liked this image more than the actual title image that has the logo.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
So I made up my own logo.
Wait, you made that?
I took the Game of Life logo, and I took the whatever this is, like maybe a sports team.
Pony Life.
So I'm super confused as with the announcement where they used a song where they say hell, and I'm like, this is a toy for children, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I saw it, again,
Feeling good as hell.
when I see this stuff, usually
What did you say?
I don't usually see this stuff with sound. And so I missed the music part of it, but I was also incredibly confused because, and maybe there's another video, but I saw the video that was like, it was just kind of slowly circling around each toy.
Mhm.
And I was
Yeah.
like, are these animation models or are these actually pieces of plastic? Like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, those are the new toys.
Yeah, I thought that was. I was waiting for them to like, all of a sudden, like their eyes to slowly look at me and be like, "Help."
They look like the models, like the molds themselves. They look cute.
Mm-hmm.
They look very cheaply produced.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because like, I think the biggest sell for those is gonna be the hair. Like you're playing and brushing with the hair, but I'm like, there's so little hair on them. like it's like the same ratio as like the little figures.
You
prefer
prefer
I'm
your-
wondering if like because you can see that the toy you can move the head around. I wonder if you can like move it like all the way around and like pop them off and then like switch the bodies.
You probably
See,
could.
Paleo saw that Chippendale Rescue Ranger picture, and now he's like, yeah. No, but so the animation is what we see here on screen. Like this is what the characters are gonna look like.
Yes.
What do you guys think? Like,
I think it's cute. Like as far as the animation that's in the trailer, that's a little wonky and it makes me a little concerned, but at the same time it is just like little clips for a trailer and not, I wouldn't say that's representative of the actual like cartoon.
Don't in the press release did it say like there's gonna be like stuff on YouTube as well as Discovery Family? Like are these gonna be like shorts or like a full series? They're gonna be like a 11-minute it seems like it's gonna be more like an 11-minute show rather than a 22-minute show.
Let's see if I can find.
yeah, Sarah's kind of scrolling through the article about this, but yeah, I mean, and this, to my knowledge, was a complete kind of surprise, right? Like, this is something like,
Yeah.
where did this come from?
Yeah, I was ready to wait for like a couple years for anything else My Little Pony.
Right?
The My Little Pony Pony Life will feature the same voice actors who made the main six famous in the previous smash hit show.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Pony Life will trot to screens on Discovery Family and Discovery Family Go next year with additional short-form content planned for the My Little Pony YouTube channel.
Okay, additional short form content.
But-
okay, so
I didn't
guessing,
know
like,
all that down.
I'm guessing the original, like, or I'm guessing the show itself is probably going to be like an 11-minute thing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them making a 22-minute show with
Yeah.
these designs.
3-hour
doubt it.
movie.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a 15-minute sort of thing.
Wow, okay, I didn't realize that the original voice actors were going to be involved.
Yeah. So the main 6 voice actors are going to reprise.
You're not going anywhere.
You have more work to do.
You're still breathing?
Which they've probably already done it, like over the summer.
That is true, actually. Yeah. So when does this kick off? Like, is there a release date?
2020. That's just what it says. 2020.
Yeah, there's a show. I think the
It's
toys
like
are
winter
coming out.
2020, so probably not far away.
No, but I need everyone to be emotionally attached to the next Bronies React, so it gets millions of views.
Yeah.
And if they know there's more content, then the people won't be sad.
Oh, dang it. Now I found like a high resolution image of the Pony Life logo on this article that I could have used.
Yeah, but it definitely doesn't look like your.
Yeah.
They might
It
rethink.
might not be transparent.
They might rethink their logo after seeing what you've come up with here.
Yeah. I do like Rainbow Dash's face in this.
Yeah, Dreg Wyman in the chat says, "I bet spring 2020."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a good guess.
I think it looks cute. I
I'm
do
down.
enjoy like the floofy hair that they
Yeah.
gave Rainbow Dash. It's cute.
I'm down. Bring it on. I'm looking forward to
And
it.
it says it's going to be like more slice of life. There
Mhm.
won't be like any like major big thing.
I mean, like, could you imagine like a super serious Tyrek
drama.
adventure with Rarity looking like that? Like, really?
Yeah. And it says it's also going to center around them being in the Sugar Cube corner, so that's going to be like our main place now.
Oh boy, Pinky's gonna get
So
large.
same characters, like familiar locations, just a different style.
Well, Hey, I know what we'll be doing with it. So.
Oh yeah. Can't wait.
Nah, I'm excited. Bring it on. We just got a super chat from Caesar the King saying, "I guess you all could say they're Beating a dead horse.
Fluttershy's mouth. Oh my god! Actually, Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash and Twilight and Rarity's mouths are like protruding into their eyes. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's that's the
Yeah.
style.
Twilight's the worst. Like,
love
oh my
that.
god, Twilight's poking her eye with her mouth.
Her teeth are biting into her eyeball. I want you all to just think about that on like a really terrifying gore type of scale. Ew. Okay. So.
Okay. Yeah, so I was trying to find the price point for these figures that were in the trailer, and they're $5 each. So that makes sense that they look the way they do.
Now, you said they weren't hairy enough. You like hairy ponies.
Well, I mean, they don't have
Hairy ponies.
They don't have a lot of hair. Like, I would say that's almost maybe a little bit more hair than what's on the like
You
the
prefer-
little toys.
You prefer your ponies unshaved.
Kari just sent me this.
Oh boy.
It's canon now. The pony said hell.
I'm gonna have to retweet that. On the
Hell is canon. I mean, we knew that already, didn't we?
Yeah. But now they sang it.
Oh man.
In that little trailer, they sang hell.
Yeah.
What's a bigger song reveal? Is it Gazelle singing about birds in Zootopia, or is it the pony singing about hell? Oh my gosh. Wow. But yeah, I mean, this is, I know that I've seen some people that are concerned about this. I don't think this is anything to be concerned about, especially because this has been confirmed to not be Generation 5.
Mhm.
So
Concerned about what? The show's over.
Yeah.
it might
It's
Go
going to
home.
ruin its reputation.
I don't know. I mean, I get where some people are nervous just in general about what the future of MLP has. But again, I stand by the same thing I've said about Generation 5 a couple times, is that, like, guys, if this show's good, great, sweet.
Yeah.
If it's bad, that might be better. I don't know. Like, we're going to have fun either way.
Yeah.
We'll have fun.
It's alright.
It's eight.
It's alright.
Eight.
I see a lot of people comparing it to Teen Titans Go, like the
Yeah.
obvious thing, but
Mhm.
I don't see it honestly.
Mhm.
Do you think Rainbow Dash and
I think
Applejack?
probably like the only like semblance is where it's like, oh, it's taking the concept of this more, I don't know, serious sort
Yeah,
of, and then making it funny, which whatever.
and giving them big hands.
Anime Guy 01 asks, so is this G 4.5 Gen 4.5?
Probably.
Basically,
It will
Yeah.
probably go down in history of being so, but I did make that tweet earlier where I'm like, or it's going to end up being Generation 3.75. Like, if it's not good,
It's gonna be Lion King 1.5.
well, see, then
My Little Pony 1.5.
and 1.5. All right. So, yeah, anyone else have anything they want to say about that?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, in the less than a day's worth of time since I've been looking at these guys, like, initially I was like, ugh, that isn't G4, ugh, and now I'm looking at them here, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
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 We
I
don't
can
even
get
know.
used to it.
Like I've been seeing people say like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch this." Like you haven't even seen like anything yet. There hasn't been any like episode or like short or anything.
Yeah.
We don't even
Like,
know
I
what the
could-
show's gonna
I
like.
could get
If the
used to
show's
that.
gonna be funny or not.
Guys, this is season 10. Like, you have no choice.
I don't know, I think if it was
Excuse
just
me,
like
season 10 is in the comics.
legit, just like a slice of life, just like 10-minute shorts with these designs. Yeah, I could chill with
I mean,
that.
the slice of life episodes are the episodes I liked in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what it has. Again, I'm looking forward to it. Bring it on.
Yeah.
We'll have fun with it, I'm sure. But yeah. So yeah.
Shall we?
Oh, I was gonna say, I wanna hit this up, but it might come up in Q&A later.
Okay.
But Missy, and I'll just do it now. Missy in the chat asked, "Did you guys see the 19-minute VA outtakes yet for My Little Pony?"
I only saw. I've only listened to some of the like selected clips from it.
Oh my
I haven't
gosh!
I haven't listened to it.
Same.
So there's at least. Well, I want to hear what you guys think. Okay, I'll talk then.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna say something after that.
Right, I thought you were too. That's why I was quiet also.
But no, I mean, so what did you guys think of the outtakes?
I mean, I relate to it because like recording is a bitch.
Yeah.
No, yeah, having been around a good number of the voice actors in different environments like conventions and whatnot, like to be honest, it kind of just felt like a bit of an open door into stuff that we've seen a little bit of before, anyways. And so it wasn't so jarring.
And look where that led us. It had the pony saying hell.
It's all
The slippery slope.
just wait till they say fuck. I thought it was funny. Like, to me, what I enjoyed about it the most, I think, was just hearing them have fun. You know, just it felt so natural. So I don't know. Regardless of how it ended up getting released, I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
Caesar sent us a super chat saying, "Let them say the F word," or as my uncle would say, the bad fuck word.
Yeah.
So we discussed MLP, Pony Life, blah blah blah. Let's get into Ponyville Cider Fest.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Sarah, what did you think of Ponyville Cider Fest?
It was good.
All right. So for those that don't know, this was a convention out in Milwaukee, brony convention that was held 2 weeks ago, during November 1st through to the 3rd, and it immediately kind of kicked off with some interesting storylines because weather played a factor in travel. And unfortunately, it caused Saber and Laura to arrive later Friday. So that was crazy in itself.
It sucked.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't imagine you guys want to get too into that part of the weekend. But yeah.
Well, like, just for, I guess, to summarize, we were supposed to leave Thursday night, so we would get there, like, late Thursday night, and be like, oh, like, that way we'll be there for all of Friday, we don't have to worry about anything. Our flight got delayed, like, 5 or 6 times before it inevitably got canceled at, like, midnight. And then the earliest flight they could get us on Friday didn't leave until, like, 2:30 or something. So, like, in the afternoon the following day. So, like, we didn't even get out of DC until, like, Ponyville Cider Fest is already, like, well into being started. So, like, we were both pretty upset about it.
Yeah, understandably so. But at least Saber got to drink half the bottle of mead.
Like, immediately, too.
But,
Needed it.
yeah. Oh, man. Well, Friday did, and if you haven't seen, the vlogs from the weekend are going up. The vlog length is a little bit shorter, but that's just because there were a lot of... One thing I really liked about this weekend is there were a lot of opportunities with our group of friends to kind of hang out, where we were just talking about whatever. And whether it was during meals or some hangout time around the room, around town, on top of the schedule and everything around the convention. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I ate so much cheese. I was so happy. By the time I got home, I felt very satisfied. But yeah, I mean, overall, were there any moments that you guys kind of saw as highlights for Ponyville Cider Fest for you?
My highlights are always, it's so boring, it's the same every time, but my highlights are always talking with friends, especially when it gets late into the night and the filters just explode and we say whatever. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And then I have blackmail because I record all of them.
Oh my gosh. Yo, Kari has so much blackmail on all of it. Oh my god.
There were so many times where we were talking and we're like, oh yeah, like you'd hear something in the bathroom and be like, wow, we're just saying everything in front of her right now.
Right.
Oh yeah, Kari in the chat mentioned like Jax literally made those cheese curds magically disappear. Like when you were
Dude.
recording like Gabe's first time eating them, and like we look over at Jax, like they're gone. Like it wasn't even like a minute.
No, there were a few times this happened, and Gabe actually was ready the last time it happened and filmed Jax the entire time, just so he could see. And I think Gabe sent me that video clip, and I'm gonna put it in the vlog so you can just see how Jax Blade actually eats cheese curds. It is a marvel to behold.
Turn the vacuum to suck.
It was, but it was so much fun. Like again, just the quieter, like Hiro was talking about, just those moments of being able to hang out and talk. I think the biggest highlight I'm going to mention though is one that I did not capture in the vlog, and Saber lived this one with me. Gabe was also part of this, and the reason I didn't vlog it was because it happened in the bathroom of the Rock Bottom Brewery.
Oh.
Oh, this is so stupid.
What was the song, Saber? I know I've had to ask you before.
Was it the Cascada song?
It was-
Every time we touch, I get
Yes.
the feeling.
Yes. So we're in the bathroom, and I don't know who started it. It might have been Saber who started singing. And every time we touch, and he's going at the soap dispensers and hitting the water. And so we're like, hell yeah. And at one point Saber's like slamming there was a cabinet that had like toilet paper in it. Gabe's over flushing the urinals. I'm over at the sink. Gabe runs over to one of the bathroom stalls and opens the door and is slamming it. And at one point, I think it was Gabe goes, "Could you imagine if somebody was in here?"
No, that was me.
Was that you?
I said, "Could you imagine if somebody was in the other stall?" And then I kind of walked over jokingly, and in the corner of my eye, I saw this guy just staring with his phone in his lap, with his pants around his ankles. And I was like, "Oh God!"
You really want to say stuff like that because you have a magic power.
You summoned somebody. That guy was sitting eating, and then all of a sudden
and
he's
then
on the toilet.
we were treating. We were like, "Get out!" Like, let this guy use the bathroom in peace.
The beautiful part is that Saber realized this before Gabe and I did. And all of a sudden Saber's gone, and we're like, well, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah. And Gabe and I are slowly walking out, and then I notice, yeah, because this guy's wearing like red, so it was very obvious. Oh my God, somebody's in there.
Yep.
The phrase, the phrase, "we scared the shit out of him" might have actually applied.
Maybe. We came in there like a whirlwind. It was in and out, like just. This is absurdity and obnoxious.
He was probably just like, what the fuck is going on? Oh God. It was so.
You guys were emitting obnoxygen.
Oh God. I'm telling you guys, I wish.
Obnoxygen.
I wish that, there are always moments that I'm like, if only I vlogged that. That was one for obvious reasons. I was not filming in the public bathroom.
Yeah.
But it came out of nowhere. We got a super chat, by the way, from Missy again.
Oh my God.
Missy says, "Happy belated birthday. Go have good dinner on me." Thank you, Missy. We're gonna get $100 worth of Chick-fil-A after this.
No. Well, it's gonna be put towards Blue Bayou.
Oh, well, again, Missy, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your generosity. It is unreal. Thank you. Yeah, any other moments from Ponyville Cider Fest for you guys?
Twilight, Twilight, she is a princess. Twilight, Twilight, she is purple.
Where did this originate? I missed where this started.
We were talking to Gabe about it. Like he was saying like, yeah, I should just make another like a song about Twilight or something, and he sang that.
Okay.
We just kept singing it all throughout the weekend.
That reminds me of oh my gosh, I'm good with tangents in this. I had a dream about Gabe last night. He was performing at a convention, no surprise, but he was singing about being in a bathrobe.
Okay.
And I actually
You said that was a dream.
No, I'm not, because it literally felt like something I could see his like whole family taking part in, just singing about it. And I think he was like, I'm in my bathrobe, it feels sexual, and its meaning is contextual. I don't know. I wrote it down because I'm like, Gabe should make this song now. Yeah, but okay, so I didn't realize where that Twilight song had originated from, but yeah. We had a Who's Line event as usual. We had a Bronies Direct panel, did a Who Would Win, and a YouTuber panel. Also took part in the Horse Famous After Dark panel with Jesse, and also a community guest meet and greet. So overall, a really fun time. I had a blast. Always love going out to Milwaukee. Love the town. Like just for the town alone, it was great. It had snowed. We got to walk on ice. Almost slipped to our deaths. Gabe found frozen pizza on the ground or something and took a bite out of it.
Yeah, we also
He
found a
did?
pizza just on top of a trash can.
Hero,
when we
did
were
he
walking
did
to
he
Rock
actually
Bottom.
bite it?
No, he did not.
No.
I'm about to say it's gross.
Good. He has some restraint. That's nice to know.
Just a little bit.
But he did grab it, and I was like, still ew. Like, I wouldn't have touched it. But it was frozen. He threw it on the ground hoping it was going to shatter because it was frozen, but it didn't. That was unfortunate. But yeah, anyone else? Any other moments from Ponyville Cider Fest for you guys?
I mean, I feel like you kind of hit all the good points and the bad. That's
The
fun.
cheesecakes were delicious.
Laura, your cosplay with Starlight was really good.
Thank you.
Yes, that was. Is it hard? I'm curious, Laura, as a cosplayer. Is it more difficult to cosplay in an environment like that where, granted you're inside most of the time, but if you need to head out to eat, is it harder to warm up because it's cold, or go out when it's like a hot, like Baltimore type thing? What's worse for a cosplayer?
I mean, it depends on the costume. Cause like I guess what I had on for like the Starlight thing this past weekend, I could easily just like wear a coat over top of that and be probably fine. But like my concern would be more for like I wouldn't want to get anything on the costume rather than like feeling cold or hot, you know? So I'd probably avoid wearing it either way.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, it's Gabe.
I'm so sorry.
Hey.
Gabe,
Whoa.
we're talking about Ponyville Cider Fest, Gabe.
Oh my gosh!
You want
I just dropped my gold on the floor.
gold?
What?
Yeah, he got
Sorry.
gold.
He got
Future gold.
I got gold. No.
I got gold. I'm so happy. It's so beautiful. Anyway, Ponyville Cider Fest. Oh yes, you guys. It was so much fun. It was beautiful. I had some great times with some great peoples. It was beautiful.
Any highlights that didn't make it in the vlog?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
No,
a lot of highlights.
there were. We had a really good time. I had a really good time. It was just a really good time,
Awesome. Yeah, we
except for the
earlier-
Chicago part.
Oh yeah. So Gabe also had travel problems.
It was horrible.
Yeah. We were...
And the worst part is, Saber had it worse, so no one felt sorry for me.
How selfish of Saber to take that away from you.
Seriously, Saber and Laura they got to take all my suffering away.
I actually remember like when we were at the airport, we were like trying to put on the bravest face we could, and it was like at midnight where we hit a brick wall, and we're like, "Fuck this! This is the worst."
Dude, that's exactly how I felt. So I showed up. Claire and I were going to show up at the exact same time. early in the day and then hang out all day the day before. And I was just stuck in Dallas the whole time. And she was like, well, it's really pretty here. Would have been fun to be here with you, but it's still pretty. I was like, great. And then
Thanks.
yeah, she was sending me pictures and videos like, wow, look at this lake. I was like, it's great. It's just so nice.
It is a great lake.
It was a great lake.
Yeah.
A great big lake they called Gitchaguni.
We
Do they?
What?
Before you got in here, we were reminiscing a little bit about our moment in the Rock Bottom Brewery bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I will never forget that. Ooh, 69 watching. How relevant. No.
Why is that relevant, Gabe?
Shut up. We went
No class.
into the bathroom and started just. What was the song we were singing? It was that song that's always remixed.
It goes like da 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 da.
Right. Every time I touch, I feel the magic, and every time I hear something like that, and we just started. Jeff was pumping the soap into his hands to the beat. Saber started flushing the toilet to the beat. I grabbed one of the bathroom stalls and started slamming it. And we did it for at least 30 seconds before we realized there was someone else in the stall next to the stall I was slamming. It probably definitely helped him with his poop.
One more time.
Yeah. What?
So now you know it checks out. That's the thing. Is it's the same stuff.
Oh yeah. There's no discrepancies.
Were there any other highlights though for you? We kind of talked about kind of in general just hangouts and food and all that, but maybe any others that stuck out to you?
Are you? I don't know if you're trying to get me to say something.
No, I'm not trying to make you. I'm just wondering if there's anything that people would have seen that maybe didn't make it.
Oh, right. This is really fun. It was one of the first conventions that I went to that was hold on one second. Sorry. That I went to as a musician, like free of any like contracts. I was just flown out, no appearance fee, no agents involved. And so I really didn't have any responsibilities. So it was really kind of fun to get to relax and do the panels I wanted to. I felt kind of bad because I didn't get to like do a lot of like, I wasn't in the autograph room, and I know some people told me they were upset about that, but I did get to meet a lot of people. I did get to talk to a lot of people. And I got to do my concert and I got to hang out. And that was really, it's interesting to do conventions both ways. To do it like as a VIP is fun because it's a very like, it can be lucrative and it can be, but it's a ton of work. But to go, just to have fun is something that I really haven't had the chance to do until lately, because I've always gone, through my agent and with a manager, and it's always been kind of stressful. So the highlight really was just getting to do that and experience it from a more like fun standpoint than business standpoint.
At the peasant level.
It's not what I said.
We know what you meant.
At the pond scum level.
We got a super chat here from Anime Guy 01 saying, at the How to YouTube panel, I'm the one who gave Gabe the idea for us to come down to the panel and do what we did. Hope you liked the surprise. People saying happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Gabe carried a piece of cake on his bare hand for me to eat.
And he ate it right off my hand, and it was really sexy.
And I licked
like a horse.
I licked his fingers.
You did.
Sucked
indirectly
clean.
Yep, you're not the only one.
Yep. All right, so
Saber.
that was.
Wink, wink, wink.
See. Want to again give a shout out to our 69 viewers. So,
Yeah, Nora's like, that was part of my birthday cake, but it was a month before Nora's birthday, and it was your actual birthday.
I did see the picture of the actual cake.
It was
full-on cake.
The cake was quite. It was great. I ate my face, which I never thought I'd be able to say, and it tasted horrible, which I did expect. But the cake was good. The cake was good.
See, I haven't heard that you taste
Happy birthday, Nora.
horrible. But yeah, so anyone else have anything before we move on from Ponyville Cider Fest 2019? Sarah's like, no.
I don't have anything.
Well,
I
yeah, again, just want to give a big shout out to Charlie and his team, putting on
Charlie
another great convention, Ponyville Cider Fest 2019. It was, I think for most of us, if not all of us, it was our last convention of the year. A great way to finish off an incredibly, I just want to say, interesting year for conventions, with BronyCon ending and MLP MSP coming back for its final and all that. So yeah, 2019 was fun.
An interesting year in its entirety. So much stuff ended this year. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly an ending to a decade.
Right.
Hey, I have a question for you guys. I want to see your top 4 favorite films from the decade.
Ooh,
From the
gosh.
decade.
Now we're getting. Oh shoot! I hate these questions because I'm gonna
Let's see,
name.
Lego Movie, Song.
I always forget.
All right, Paleo, you go
Um,
first.
Yeah, Lego Movie, Song of the Sea, Blue Ruin, and Arrival. There we go.
Oh, Arrival.
Definitely my number
Arrival
one.
is freaking fantastic.
That's possibly one
so
of the
real.
best sci-fi movies that come out of this decade. Like
It just felt real. It felt like a documentary. It was, but not like a mockumentary. It just felt real. Like the way that they found out about it is exactly how I would expect. to
I
find out
love
about it.
that.
The
Yeah,
only
going into
other-
class, hardly anybody's there. They're getting notifications on their phones. The power goes off. The fighter jets fly overhead, but you don't see anything. Like, ooh, yes, very good.
I think I can name 3 right away.
That's fine. Go for 3.
So
Better not be Zootopia.
Zootopia. What was that?
Me singing.
Oh, I thought it was like a duck. I'm like, there were no ducks. But so Zootopia, Inception, which came out in 2000.
Oh yeah, that came out this decade.
What?
Yeah.
Came out
Okay.
2010.
I had to look it up. I'm like, did that one make the list? And then I will say Interstellar as my third.
I had
of
a pretty
4.
good movie. It was really something else.
Scrolling
Shit, I
through a
moved.
list of stuff
That's a great thought, Matthew
We're going to
McConaughey.
space.
Thank you.
Oh, Gabe. Laura shared this video with me, but it was like, what was it called again? Interstellar for what?
It's Interstellar for $20.
Oh my
It's
God.
like just like this group of friends like remaking the trailer for Interstellar, but with a $20 budget, and it's amazing.
Oh, you'd love
I
it.
think I have seen that before.
Oh, I want to.
I'm pretty sure Laura showed it to you. Well,
Yeah.
it's great. It's everything you would hope for. All right. Well, Sarah, what do you think? Top. Let's just top.
So I've been scrolling through a list, and so far I've picked out Mad Max, Fury Road,
Yes.
Baby Driver.
I still didn't see that.
Let's see.
I'm surprised she hasn't said one yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the obvious one.
What?
Yeah.
Regular Ralph?
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph?
Boom!
The first, wait.
2012, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
When can I
Wreck-It
see
Ralph.
you again?
Sarah's like, no.
And I don't know about a 4th one. I don't want to keep scrolling this list. Yeah, so I'll just leave it
Laura.
at 3.
What
I
about
need
you?
to convert this video, and I don't know how to do it, and I'm sorry, but I'm really.
See that list. Thank you. Here, we'll look together.
Hey, Laura.
Yeah.
Thank you, sweetie.
What about you?
Oh, hey, Claire wants to say something to all of you. She said, "Hi, Jeff. Tell Jax I love Pokemon. Tell Saber I want him to make me stuffed peppers."
Oh, so funny. I was gonna make him tonight. But now that she wants them, I'm never gonna make him again because I hate Claire.
She's trying to tease everybody, I think, because
The stuffed
But
pepper.
she knows I hate peppers. Yeah, that pepper.
Haha, she
conversation.
doesn't know me well enough to tease me. Ha!
She just respects you too much.
Oh God.
She'll get there.
I'll just a couple more conventions, just a couple more like nighttime talks during conventions. She'll find the blackmail.
Oh yeah, there was
Laura, you're more indie movie focused. I'm curious to see if any of those make it on the list.
Oh, I mean, Arrival is gonna be my number one.
Damn.
Trying to remember like what came out earlier this decade. Cause I don't want to forget something.
Alice through the looking glass.
Sorry, I'm like scrolling through my list of things that I've seen. Probably
Everyone's-
Lighthouse, to be honest,
Really?
is on there.
White House.
Yeah, the Lighthouse actually came out this year.
Would Midsommar or Hereditary be on that list at all?
Hereditary
Ooh, that's a
might-
scary one.
I don't know, because there's like so many movies. Oh my god, it's hard.
Well, I mean, anybody else is welcome to answer, but I'll just go and fire my three off. And by three, I mean two. Mad Max Fury Road, and then Spider-Verse, and I guess Utopia. I don't know. I need to ponder it over a bit more. But
everything.
Mad Max Fury Road, I will say that is probably my favorite movie of the decade. Like, that is the best told, best action, best everything. Like, just that is my favorite movie to come from the
Okay.
decade.
I think I'm ready now.
Okay.
Because it would be Arrival for sure, Annihilation,
Annihilation.
The Lighthouse, and then Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay.
Annihilation
good.
is the lighthouse.
Right?
No. Don't say any more. Please don't say any more. I don't want to know any more.
For me,
You know, it's just that they both have lighthouses in them.
It's
You've seen Annihilation.
so freaking. The trailer hooked me off the bat, and that was a
Is that
I
terrifying.
watched like
It's
5
a song.
seconds of the trailer, and I was like, I'm not watching the rest of this trailer because I'm already gonna see this movie. And I don't want to know until I watch it.
My brother went the opposite direction. He read the whole book, and then he was just like, "Oh, they did it differently." He said in the book it was cool because you never found out like where it came from. It just happened.
Yeah.
And I kind of like
the-
that. The mystery.
The book is a part of a trilogy.
right,
Oh,
called
that
the
trilogy
weirdest
is a
thing you've ever read.
All right, Hero, what's yours now?
Zootopia is probably my favorite. It's a close one, but it's probably my favorite from this decade. Ernest and Celestine, Spider-Verse, and A Silent Voice is probably really close to tying with Zootopia, if not
Oxymoron.
tied with Zootopia.
Yeah, I'll say Spider-Verse is my fourth.
Where are my headphones? They're there.
By the way, I just want to throw out that was another highlight that wasn't vlogged a lot, but I think you'll see it pop up once or twice in the vlog itself. But we watched Zootopia when we were out at Cider Fest, and that was a lot
I
of fun.
I have an honorable mention for my list.
Yeah.
What's
The
that?
remake of Suspiria that came out either last year or the year before.
Suspiria. I just
still need
watched
to
Wait,
watch
the
guys,
original.
didn't the MLP movie come out that in the last 10 years? We should be talking about that.
What movie?
Also, all of the
What
Equestria Girls.
bronies are we?
Oh yeah, the My Little Pony movie. I mean, like, yeah, it's like
Not
in my
top
top.
four.
It's
ponies walking down the street.
because I'm working on my list for the top of the decade, where like each list is going to be like 20, and for my top like animated movies, because I'm doing 20 animated and 20 live action, and like the Pony movie is on that top 20. I just don't know where yet.
See, what's funny about the Pony movie? It's like it's a pretty good movie. If you're a fan of the show, it's more enjoyable. But like if you aren't, it's a pretty good movie. It's just that part where Pinky and Twilight have their little like
Yeah,
fight. Oh, it makes it that like legitimately makes the movie like 15% better. Just that one scene. It's so good. It's
That
such a
is
good
palpable, but I
scene.
will tell you one thing. The movie had some really, really, really cool ideas presented, and it was hacked to pieces. And ultimately, I think it would have been a lot better if it was the way that they originally planned for it to be. Hasbro was, from what I've been told, way too
Demanding.
and controlling, and they took out a lot of the fear that because originally the Storm King was a horrifying villain, and they made him goofy, and so the stakes didn't feel as real apparently.
Yeah,
and then also
that's
I know
why he sucks compared to Tempest.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people weren't happy with the palette as well, like the browns and grays and tans. And then also, I mean, just talking with Daniel, I think I can say this. I actually recorded the original demo for the opening song for the movie, and it was really good. Like Daniel wrote it, of course. It was long. It was like a saga. Each character had a part singing in it. And it was a really great, like, musical kind of exposition. And they scrapped that for the ridiculous remake, like Kids Bop of We Got the Beat.
The fucking Pony's got the beat.
It was so bad. He actually texted me. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry, but that's, remember that song we recorded? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's not going to be in the movie. I was like, what? Something way better. And they did.
To finish off my fourth, I think I'm actually going to throw Wreck-It Ralph as my fourth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're going to have what as your fourth?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh.
That was a movie that actually, I don't know how or why, but it pulled at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
Like,
Wreck-It Ralph is Yeah, both Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia are definitely going to make it in my top 20.
I'm bad. That's
Zootopia is very
good.
I love it.
I'm John C. Reilly.
Have some candy.
we
Now
got
you die, Ralph. Like your sequel.
we got a couple of super chats that have come in here, and Anime Guy 01 saying, hope you enjoyed the cookies and race the popcorn. I did share the popcorn. I don't think anyone ate more of it than Jesse, actually.
Yeah, well, me and Kari, like when you left it in our room, we just like ate the rest of it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad it was eaten. That was my big thing. I wanted people
It was
to
in
enjoy
good stomachs.
Yes. Nora says, Gabe, thanks again for sharing cake with me. It was really sweet of you to do. My question is, what is your favorite element from the periodic table? Is it gold?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Say unanonium.
probably. What?
Unanonium.
No, it's not. I don't like things for. I like cadmium for its density. I really like bismuth. I think that's a very fascinating element. It's got an insanely long half-life, and it is likely only formed from a neutron star collision. But of course, that's the same as gold and platinum and palladium. Which to me, it's weird that palladium.
Sorry.
You're doing the same thing that like Hero did to me like yesterday, or not yesterday, but a couple days ago on the POS podcast when I was talking about like dinosaur terms.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna do it?
Oh yeah.
Was the cadmium thing like, I don't know if anything that you're saying is actually like a joke, like a smart person
No, it's
joke.
probably all real.
Well, why do you like the density of cadmium?
I find dense elements fascinaling. I like really, really heavy atoms that are not an element that aren't. I also what?
Like there's thick elements.
Bell
I
bottom.
like. Oh yeah.
Some meat in those bones.
No, it's like it's basically heavy lead, except it's rare.
Did I
rare
fucking
earth.
have him? I don't know. Maybe.
But I think my favorite element is probably cesium.
When's
That's my
that?
favorite.
My favorite element is the element of magic because it's an element of harmony.
Oh my gosh, you was such a
Cesium is
pro.
magic. Look up cesium. Anybody who wants to know why, look up cesium. It's extremely rare. It's extremely beautiful, and it's extremely reactive.
All right,
It has a very low melting point. It's got cool properties across the board.
Ooh, I have a question for you.
Wait.
For you and
I just found a picture
Shut up!
of cesium.
I want to ask a question.
And this stuff
Of what?
Isn't it beautiful?
It's dude, I'm looking at cesium right now, Saber. You gotta check this out. She's freaking hot.
Oh shit!
Oh
The
my
way we're
gosh,
looking
have you
at
been
it,
an
it's
anime
very
where they
foul.
anthropomorphize elements?
It looks
They
like
gotta
a
do
penis.
it. They gotta do it.
I'm
Anime
fucking
about
the shit
Yeah.
out of that.
Carbon senpai, you're in everything.
I was gonna ask though, what do y'all consider the biggest scientific breakthrough from this past decade?
Oh, SpaceX self-landing rockets.
Yeah,
Maybe
Like
CRISPR.
iPhone.
CRISPR is pretty, but it's not finished.
CRISPR's scary.
Again,
CRISPR's
that's-
freaking fascinating. It's the way to the future. Anyway,
seeing the black hole.
That was pretty good.
Cool, yeah.
That was like personally my favorite. Well, no, gravitational waves was probably my personal favorite.
oh yeah, LIGOs. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
I mean, because the
Axel
gravitational waves
Science.
always existed, but LIGO is how we detect it, and it is an
it was
incredible.
so awesome. Oh my god.
Also, the Large Hadron Collider. I also like, and the discovery of the Higgs boson.
Yep.
I also really am very excited about the fusion reactor in France. That's supposed to have like a 14-to-1 power output ratio if it works, but it's not done yet, so I guess I can't really call that a breakthrough.
Yeah, you know what? This discovery, or I guess invention, that I fucking hate that we got this decade because it ruins YouTube. Fucking machine learning.
Oh my gosh! Right now you got all those machine-generated videos in click farms. It's just like what?
Dude, I'll tell you right now, deep fakes really threw
Oh
me off.
yeah, that's scary.
Dude, I've had 2 offers to have like my impressions in a deep fake, and I'm kind of afraid I'm gonna get involved in something illegal.
Don't.
What is deep fake?
Yeah.
Deep fake is where they very, very realistically create a celebrity or a person out of somebody else. Look up deep fake Neo Will Smith. Someone made like Neo Will Smith because he was originally cast as Will Smith in The Matrix. You won't believe it. It's like
It's hard to tell the difference.
It's terrifying. It's incredible. This is actually the guy who made this video is the one who reached out to me. That's how I found it.
What?
Yeah.
We're looking at like an image, or not image,
Like
but
a-
like a preview.
YouTube
A video.
Preview, yeah.
Wha-
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see here.
We got more super chats.
Yeah, we did. Caesar the King says Zootopia, #1 movie of the decade. Woo! Jaxblade says, but Hero, you are a black male.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
You
he was
are a black
responding to.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
I was
like.
responding
you
to the
said-
blackmail joke.
Oh,
Oh
blackmail.
my god.
It was a pun. Come on, man. Everything Jack says is a pun. And he probably said like, but Hero, man, you're a black male, man. Oh, black male, man. Never mind, that's different.
Is also asking. Says, and speaking of Zootopia Race podcast tomorrow, yeah, I think so. Yeah, podcast tomorrow. I will. I probably have a message waiting for me on Twitter. I will respond if there's one. Fritz Roll says, my main 6 of movies this past decade: Spider-Verse, Deadpool, Avengers Endgame, It, MLP movie, Harry Potter, and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Also,
I
throughout...
forgot that Harry Potter ended this decade.
Oh my god, dude. A
It's-
lifetime ago.
and then it says, also, throughout this past decade, I've seen 215 different movies in theaters.
Wow. Damn.
Nice.
Nice. I only started like seriously going to the movie theater around like 2013, 14, because that's when I started doing reviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know how many I've like seen in theaters this past decade though. I have kept like all my ticket stubs since then, so maybe I can find out.
Just realized that if I had seen 215 different movies, that means that about a 1/7 of the times I had gone to the theaters was just for Zootopia.
It was Zootopia.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's like 21 and a half movies per year.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to Q&A. And again, for anybody that would like to prioritize their question, send it to us via Super Chat, and we will prioritize those and make sure we get to those. Otherwise, you can submit through Twitter. We can't promise that we'll get through all of them. We'll give 15 minutes for the Q&A today, so we'll end this podcast 8:15 Pacific time, and yeah. So, Sarah, do you see a question we should start off with?
Why you give it to me?
I mean, I could jump right
you
in.
do it.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna just do. Well, got a question, and so I'll ask it, or I'll go through. So Aleximus says, Race and Saber, tomorrow night me and my friends are starting that podcast I spoke of during Q&A at one of your panels at BronyCon. Any other bits of advice right before we cut the red ribbon?
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun and promote it how you can. Let people know. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, just, you know, it doesn't hurt, and it might actually help to have kind of a outline of what you guys, topics you want to hit up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's also good. I don't know how you're structuring it, Aleximus, but I do think it also is good to have kind of like a point guard for the podcast, just so it doesn't fizzle at the end of each podcast. Like, you kind of have an ending point and be like, okay, bam, we're ending it here. So other than that, like Saber said, have fun.
Yeah.
All right. Kabari is asking, who's looking forward to seeing Ghostbusters 2020?
Not me. I don't care. I just do not care.
What is
Are they
Ghostbusters?
girls this time?
No, it's the old
No.
characters, but I still don't care.
I don't care either
They're,
way.
they're trying
bro.
to make it like a franchise or like cinematic universe, but it's like, nah, I don't care.
Well, they're kind of in trouble because, like, I know a big push right now with entertainment is making stuff that can be also highly appealing to the Chinese, but
Yeah.
the Chinese don't like ghosts.
Ghostbusters is about
It
ghosts.
gives them the spooky pooky wookies. They're gonna go, oh, there's a spooky ghost outside. Shoot it! That's what they're gonna be like.
Spoopy kooky whoopies.
Winnie the Pooh Bear, Ghost, and Hong Kong. That's what scares China the most. So, in that order. So, yeah.
Oh, China, watch out.
It's not Winnie the Pooh on his deathbed.
Winnie the Pooh's gonna become a ghost.
Oh no!
My dying wish is that I will eat all of the shine.
I was telling Paleo this yesterday. It's such a stupid little, like, imagination.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
All right, follow me here. This is gonna sound so dumb. All right. So you know the Winnie the Pooh theme song with the "We gotta get up, we gotta get going."
Yeah.
I was just thinking it'd be funny if it was a dream sequence, kind of like it's the intro. Gotta get up, gotta get going. Gotta get going. We gotta get going. Poo, 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 poo. We gotta get off the beat. That's the Saving Private Ryan part, you know. Poo, coming to. It's like he's snapping back from like, you know, a bomb going off next to him, and it's
Right,
just,
and they're singing, but really it's someone screaming, "We gotta get up! We gotta get going! We gotta get up!"
so then you see Winnie the Pooh wearing his little World War II American helmet, making his way up the beach with piglets. We gotta get to the
Go,
beach.
Piglet! Go, go, go!
No, let them burn.
Let them burn! Well, that's Scooby. Never mind.
I was trying to Tigger. Go first, the one laying the bombs to the beachhead. We're gonna bomb those Nazi fucks, she.
That spells Claymore.
Oh, beautiful. God, I don't even remember what were we gonna answer? How did we get here?
We got
The
to
wonderful
get
thing about
Claymore
Claymore.
back to his mother.
The wonderful thing about Claymore is Claymore's a wonderful thing.
They bounce.
I'm the old.
It could work though. It could work in practice because they got to get Rue back to Kanga.
Yeah, well, it's a surgical thing.
Yeah. They're defending that one town from the Heffalumps and Woozles.
Oh!
The Heffalumps and Woozles are the fucking Nazis.
They're the Nazis. Beware. Full on for Nazi.
They're Oh, they're down. They left. They're right. They goose step all about.
They steal your. I now I'm imagining that every character is just some mental projection from this PTSD traumatized Winnie the Pooh soldier. It's so messed up.
Oh man.
No.
Might need to draw up something for that later. All right, I'm sorry.
All right, we got a
Completely
super
derailed the
chat.
podcast.
Owl's the pilot, of course.
We've got a super chat from Firefly Jake. How do you guys feel about the MLP references in the film Playing with Fire? They literally said 20% cooler.
So I guess this
We've
would.
seen this trailer a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you could argue that this is on the brink of spoiler territory. I just don't know anyone that would care. Like no, like you
It's in
said,
the trailer.
it's very well referenced prior to that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they said 20%. So I've heard that there's like a lot actually. Like it's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah,
like oh
that's
Yeah,
it's
I
not
think,
just
like, John Cena
some
even
one-off
like-
reference.
I think even John Cena like mentioned it, like, oh, there's so much funny stuff. Or so, I don't know, I can't remember.
good.
But yeah, like yeah.
Yeah,
We've seen the trailer.
From what
and
I've
there's a
heard,
bunch.
yeah, from what I've heard, it just turns into a My Little Pony movie.
Nice.
I hope it just turns into like this animated. There they go off to the next adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're laughing about the Winnie the Pooh stuff.
I just can't get it out of my head.
I can't stop thinking about it either.
I just keep coming up with new scenarios. Different things. Each character, poor Piglet and his
Oh no!
What about
PTSD.
Eeyore?
No! Eeyore's the one who's bleeding out in that one town, reaching for the. I just want to get the letter home.
Just give me the morphine. Leave the tail. It's never gonna be reattached.
He's walking around with his tail in his hands on the beach.
This could be someone else's, but I don't care.
Don't stop. But to answer this question, I'm curious to see the Playing with Fire movie.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but I imagine we will.
You guys gotta go see it and report back next time.
Yeah.
Well, you go see it and report back. How about that? Don't you want to see John Cena?
I don't want to.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I can't see him
You
anyway.
know what's weird is like we've seen that trailer so many times, but I didn't know that it was called Playing with Fire until like very recently. Like I was just like, oh, okay, that's some film stuff.
Yeah, I just kept calling it a firefighter movie.
Yeah.
They've really.
It looks terrible. I saw the trailer for Arctic Dog when I was going to see Arctic Dogs,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is just the definition of "fuck you." It's January. Like it is just
Oh, wow.
But it came out this month.
doesn't matter. It's got "fuck you." It's January energy.
It does feel like that family-friendly movie of the season. That's just the heavily marketed.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Got a wrestler in it.
It has John Cena. We have a question here from Brett, or B Fields. We saw at Cider Fest. Brett says it was great to see you all at PVCF. This is a SPP reminder to do the thing on your badges, please. So for anyone that needs that reminder, there's a thing on the back of your badge that she gave us to respond to. And Britt says, my question is inspired by that meme about the end of the decade. What are some of the best / coolest / interesting things you've done this decade?
Oh my gosh.
I finished school.
I think a lot of us graduated college this
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that applies to me too.
You can't graduate college if you never went. For me, well, wow, this decade I joined the military. Yes, I did, and I got to travel the world. I learned to skydive. I learned to fly. I built my own like little aircraft thingy, and I became a YouTuber and a voice actor. So I've got a lot of cool things that happened to me this decade.
Nice.
I mean, I'd say the best things that has happened to me, honestly, are the people that are in this podcast, like the people I've met through this show, and
That's very true.
yeah, I got
I
married.
feel like a jerk.
That was a cool thing to
Oh,
do.
yeah, that's true. I finished
Me too.
This is the part where Gabe says you can't get married if you something.
Never had a girlfriend. dot dot dot.
Dot dot dot. Yeah, no, I mean, this has been, 10 years of your life. There's gonna be like, whoa, it's crazy to me to think.
I also know for most of us in here, this is the first decade for most of us in here that we have been an adult for the entirety of it.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
that is true. Well, not
Define
the
adults.
entirety, but most of it.
Entirety for me.
This was
Lever, Paleo, and Saber.
yeah, but this decade was kind of a wash for me. Like, I still don't have my Tiger poster, and it's I'm already 1 year into my. This is pissing me off. Like, I got a zoo book in the mail about otters, and I'm like, you all told me you'd send me the Tiger poster personally on your own Twitter account. This is just this eternal dance.
Unacceptable.
end.
Decade ruined.
Hey, here's to
That-
the next
that
decade,
is-
right, Saber?
That is my white whale. That is my white whale, and if I ever
It's
see
racist.
it, I'm gonna stab it.
Can you just get one on eBay?
Nope,
it's
they're
not the
not on
same.
eBay. It's the principles.
Okay. Alright. Order another new book.
I love how we're getting all into these like just how the topic has come up, and so we're all talking about like the end of the decade and all that, and I'm like, it's funny because I think we have like 3 more podcasts before the end of
Yeah, we got 3 more before
Of the
like it all
decade.
ends.
Well, you just gotta make up
Cut-
some more
guys.
decade.
But this is fun.
questions.
I love these conversations. Yeah,
Good.
someone said, guys.
What is? Well, I wanted to know what Playing with Fire was. Claire just texted me. I auditioned for Playing with Fire. How dare they have an MLP reference without hiring me?
Hey, wow, you could have actually done some voice work for them, Claire.
Yes, she could.
That's funny.
Oh.
So she wanted to be the. I guess she was auditioning to be that girl that's in the movie. That's like. Oh,
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
have big neck. That's all I know.
She has a big neck. Well, good for her. Claire's got a pretty big neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, what's our
What does that
next-
even mean?
I don't know. What is our next question? Did everyone get to answer the?
Oh, she said she
the other one?
auditioned in person. She actually got shortlisted.
What does that mean? What's shortlisted?
Oh, that's an acting thing. Shortlisted is basically they liked you enough that they put you and a bunch of other, well, not a bunch of other people, a few other people who auditioned on the short list, which is the shorter list of people who then come and audition, and then they pick, like, I got shortlisted for that movie Captain Fantastic, and then I didn't book it because my coach for the audition was terrible. I'm totally going to blame it on her because I wanted to do it one way. She told me to do it another way. Then the guy who got cast did it the way that I wanted to do it, and I was really mad, and because I wanted to work with Viggo Mortensen, but whatever.
I hear you.
Oh, anything that didn't make it on the vlog? Hey, Claire, how are you? Well, I'm talking to you, and I could have just texted you this. How do you know about what he said? You can go back in the podcast?
Yes.
Am I stupid? I'm freaking stupid.
No, I believe the
You can
correct
rewind.
phrasing is stupid.
I'm stupid.
Let's see, next
She was
question.
quoting anything that didn't make it on the vlog. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, and I was like, wait, how do you know he said that? Because she wasn't here. She was driving. She just dropped her
I don't
parents
know,
off.
Claire. Is there anything that didn't make it on the vlog? Let's see here. Here's one. This might be the last question we get to, unless a super chat flies in here to end us off. Waddles is asking, what is the most... Wait a minute. I'm just going to read this how it's written. What is the most movie theater experience, such as movie projector broken, emergency service, etc.? So what I'm guessing the word here...
This is a good one.
What's your worst movie theater experience, I guess?
Yeah.
I
I have one. Sorry.
Race, you go, and then Gabe, you go.
Okay,
And then
mine's small, so
I
we're gonna
have
build
one
up
too.
here. Mine cracked me up because it was actually a movie that came out this decade, and you might go, "What?" Iron Man, which came out in 2010.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There was the scene I saw it with a friend, and I think like ACDC plays at the beginning of it, or something. There's a song that was
AC/DC,
playing,
yeah.
and we the screen went dark, and naturally, like, you'd think, like, you know, everyone would be like all pissed off, but for some reason, because I was like with the right friend, like, we were just like, yeah, like rocking out to the AC/DC, like, this movie sounds awesome. it ended up coming back. We didn't miss anything, so yeah.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so this happened recently. I was in LA and I was shooting that Steve Odekirk movie that I can finally talk about. Yay. And I was staying at the Corlitt's house, and so it was after my shoot day, and Claire was like, congratulations, yada, 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 good job, let's go see a movie. So we went to this theater. It's like I know it's famous. It's where they do like the Ford commercials outside. But we went to this theater in LA to see Ma, which is a horror movie. And we get in there. We're the only ones in the theater. We go sit all the way up at the back because we're scared of scary movies, and I don't know why we decided to do this. And we're watching the movie. Oh, and two other people come in, and they come in and they sit down right in front of us. Like, right. It was like, okay, that's weird. You have the whole theater
I
to
would
yourself.
literally just get up and move.
We almost did, but anyway, but they were cool. And then the movie's reaching the climax, the scariest part, and it goes black. And it's at a point where, and with no sound, it just, everything goes black. And we're thinking, for a few seconds, I remember thinking, is this part of the movie? And it stayed black, and it stayed black, and it stayed black. And we're bracing ourselves for this. And the people in front of us are like, dude, what the heck? And then we were like, I know, right? And we just started talking to them. It was, the Americana. Claire says the Americana, not the Grove. So anyway, that was the name of the theater. So we're sitting in there. It's black for maybe 5 minutes, pitch black, like no lights in the theater. Clearly the building lost power. Yeah. And then we're like, if someone comes out and tries to scare us, I will kill them, you know? And then suddenly the power comes back on, movie comes back on. It had continued somehow. It didn't skip, but there was no sound. So we saw like the climax or the end of the climax of the movie. We missed the whole rising action to how it got to this point. If you guys have seen Ma, you'll know it just gets weird. And so we're watching the scene of her doing things to these kids that don't make any sense. There's no sound. We don't know why she's doing them. There's like a sin thing that she's doing each for them, like a sin that they've experienced, but she's talking. And when she's not talking, it's just random. So at that point it was funny, but also creepy because there's blood and there's wieners and it was, And then, there's a weenie. It almost got cut off. But anyway, then it stops again. It goes way back with the sound and skips back and then goes from that point all the way past the point that we missed to the end. And it was, and during the movie, I also got an audition, a really fast turnaround audition that I had to run outside the theater and record in the lobby. And it was really loud and embarrassing. And then run back in. And then they offered us free tickets to another movie, which obviously we couldn't go to because I was leaving LA like the next day. So that was the worst and probably one of the best theater experiences I've had in this decade. It was very funny and very fun.
Saber, did you have one?
I do, but I should probably. It's a doozy. So other folks go before me.
Okay. Anyone want to go before Saber?
Yeah. So if you go to a theater, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah. When I went to go see Goosebumps, it's time for
How did that story get skipped over?
Yeah.
That was our battle cry for the weekend during Cider Fest.
Vampires.
Yeah, that and the Twilight song.
Wolverines. Wolves.
But yeah, I went to go see Goosebumps. And there was this mom and her kids. And the kids were quiet. They were fine. But her mom would constantly talk to me throughout the entire movie. I'm like, what the fuck?
To talk to you?
Just asking questions.
That's the worst, dude.
That's
Good
so
Lord.
weird.
I was like, I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? Why are you asking questions? Like, don't ask me about what's going to happen. Just watch the fucking movie.
You know, bless my dad, but he loves to point out the most obvious thing. When we watched Doctor Sleep, there was literally a moment where, like, you see mountains in the background, and my dad turns to me and points and goes, "There's the mountains." And I'm like, and I turn to him and I go, "Thank you, Dad." Thank you.
That's another thing I fucking hate when, like, you see, like, a thing where, you know, like, where in Endgame it says, like, yeah, like 5 years later, somebody will just, like, 5 years later. Like, shut up! You can read!
Oh my god. So mine was probably Endgame, since you brought it
that
up.
was good.
Because I was like, I waited like a full week, and I was like, all right, well, maybe it'll die down a little bit. But no, alas, there was like a full fucking theater, and like these two like 12-year-old kids sat next to me, and they weren't even the worst, because they were chatting the entire movie. There was like a family with like maybe like a 4 or 5-year-old kid, like a couple rows back, who was like the whole movie was standing and speaking full volume to his parents, like facing away from the screen, facing his parents who were sitting down, you know, in their seats, and just like talking at full volume to them. And then in addition to that, somewhere down in the front, someone had a crying, screaming baby that like started crying at least 4 times during the movie. I was like, this is my nightmare. Like, I'm very convinced that that's part of the reason I was like not super excited about Endgame after I saw it. I was more like, no, I hated that whole experience. So like, I think it very much affected how I felt about the movie, which I hate, because like I don't like to feel that way, and I don't think it should be that way. But yeah, I was upset.
Me and Race went to go see the new Terminator.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry.
So we went.
No, I had fun with.
I mean, I haven't seen Dark Fate, so but
no,
the other ones
I had
liked.
fun with this. Like, I know how bad some of the recent ones have been, but like to me, this one I thought was good with throwing it back. But holy shit, one of the ladies that was in this was.
So every single time that Sarah Connor showed up or said anything, this one woman in the crowd would just go, "Woo! Woo!"
Like, we were watching, there were probably like 20 people in the theater, so it's not like it was just us and her. But like, yeah, like this was like a raging lesbian, man. Like, she was just like,
Oh, I love those raging lesbians. Like, that's the best kind of lesbian.
Not docile lesbian.
No. We don't want those. No.
Raging.
Give me a raging lesbian any day.
no, but she was like, there were even moments where like it would be like it would show really, it feels like insignificant things.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I must be missing something
she's
from
like,
my friend. She was going.
Oh,
nuts.
that reminds me. That reminds me. So me and Hero went to go see Cars 3.
I like that experience.
Yeah,
though.
that was. Yeah, I was gonna say that as a positive one, because like we saw it with the right audience, because it was like a NASCAR audience, so that made the movie even better.
Yes. Oh.
There's like some like 40-year-old man in the back, like, yeah, that's my girl. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
getting more into
that
this
was
movie.
fun.
So that was a good experience of the.
Like,
of the
I would say
Yeah.
the Terminator thing was also a more funny experience because we weren't that invested in the movie, but like still like
it
if
didn't
was-
it didn't ruin the movie.
It didn't ruin the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a loud movie anyways, so.
So we got a couple of super chats that we should wrap up.
Oh wait!
I
We
wanna
have
read
to
this.
hear Sabers.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, right.
Sabers is the one that I'm like excited
I'm
about.
about to blow you all out of the water. All right.
So that
this
sounds
actually has
sexy.
to do. This actually ties in with my first kiss. So
Whoa! First
Yeah.
ever?
Oh, so I was
Yeah.
there.
This decade?
it hasn't happened yet. No. So
Mine has.
this I told you to shut up about that game. Leave me out of this.
Kiss my ass.
So
Oh,
this is
heck.
back in 2006. It was a movie theater next to my neighborhood. I went to go see Saw with 2 of my classmates.
Seesaw?
Seesaw. So, seesaw.
Come on, classmates, let's seesaw.
So walked to the theater. It was pretty empty, and then there were like these 3 other girls that one of my friends brought with them. I guess they were friends. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there'd be girls here, and I sat next to one throughout the movie. We weren't really paying attention to the movie. We were just talking. And by the way, let me highlight how fucking awkward and awful and weird of a person I still is. Am smarter, but I got up to go use the bathroom, and she, the girl I was talking to, when I walked out of the bathroom, she was standing in the hallway on her phone, and then she put her phone away, and she's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And I'm like, "Okay," because I'm like, "It's a girl. I gotta talk to girl." So, what ended up happening is we went to another movie theater. We sat. It was an empty theater. We were just sat in the front row, just talking, and then she started.
You trying to tell me that you stole a movie?
Well, the movie, it wasn't the movie playing, fortunately.
Oh, okay, you're fine.
But okay, I can't highlight this enough. This is weird and awkward and just cringe. So the girl started like to kiss me, and I was like, okay, I guess this is happening. My first kiss. I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just go for it.
What?
And
no, she stole your first kiss. You didn't even like her. You know her name.
Listen,
That's so
I know Disney
Yeah.
films.
Firsts
And-
are so important to me. I can't even explain it.
It gets
That makes me
worse.
sad. It makes me sad to hear that. She's a thief.
So she started getting like really excited on top of me, and I was like, not.
Oh,
really
crap.
for that, and I was kind of
Stop.
panicky.
Oh, I just had my first kiss. I'm not ready for penetration.
No, don't penetrate. No, but she was on top of me, and I was like kind of like this whirlwind of like emotions of not really sure what's going on. But then I heard a and I turned behind me, and there's 2 cops staring at us.
Oh,
And-
good. And one of
Now-
them was her dad.
No, one of them wasn't happy because they breathalyzed her and she was drunk. And
You drugged her?
no, because we went out to the cop cruiser in front of the theater,
No.
and she got breathalyzed, and she's like 20 years old, and they're like, well, yeah, she's got to be put in the back of the car for underage
A
drinking.
20-year-old drinking? My gosh, what a heart. She
So,
should go right to prison.
My stupid little teenage scared boy brain started freaking out, and I'm like, do y'all have to breathalyze me? I kissed her. Does that make me drunk? And they're like, no, kid, get out of here. And I'm like, oh shit. I got in my little Hyundai accent car. I called Tyler, my friend in the theater. I'm like, Tyler, this girl and I, we went to, she's like, where are you? And I'm like, yeah, we went to the theater, we kissed, and the police officers caught us, and they breathalyzed her. I am going home. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he ran out to the front to like talk to the cops, and he can see me driving my car past him, like shrugging as I make my way off to go to Wendy's and then go home and play Warcraft. So that's 100% a true story. That was my first kiss.
Oh God. Okay. With that, there is one last thing that needs to be answered here. Somebody is asking. Somebody watching the podcast is asking. Gabe, you mentioned you were talking about how important firsts were for you, right? Like your first kiss and all.
Yes, firsts are very important.
Somebody wants to know who was your first kiss.
Wait, who wants to know that?
Let me look and see who I got this from. Claire Corlett is asking, who's your first kiss?
Oh, well, if she's asking, I can answer.
Well, Gabe's been kissing ass for years now.
Yeah, who's first?
Wow.
Okay, I guess I'll tell everybody. Claire Corlett was my first kiss, actually.
Whoa! There it is. Fortune.
And we hung out all day. It was a really fun time, and I wasn't really I was very nervous, to be honest. I was very, very nervous.
Oh, did
and
the
I
cops
didn't
get you guys too?
Yeah. No, but I thought I don't know what to do. I don't know what to I am very, very not an instigator, especially with stuff like that. So I was just having fun, and I knew that she wanted to. I knew that we'd talked about stuff like this before, so there was I knew there was a possibility. And we hung out for like 5 hours and nothing happened. And then right before she left, she said, okay, I'm going to do this. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what she was talking about. And then she like basically like pulled me in and I was like, ah! And I just kind of froze there. And she was very nice. She said, that's really good. I was like, thank you. And then she left. And I was just kind of like, so yeah, I apologize, Claire, because that was super awkward, I'm sure. But yep, there it is. Now everybody knows.
She's a thief.
She's a thief. No! I actually knew her name.
Oh my god! It's thief's name. It's okay.
That was so good. Oh.
No, I because I wanted it. I was just scared and had no idea what to do. And fortunately, I didn't have to do anything because she did. So there you go.
There you go. We have 2 super chats that came in to finish off the podcast. This was Jack's Blade. You remember 3 actually. We the podcast that never ends. He mentioned and he called me out properly on this. He said Iron Man 2 came out in 2010. Iron Man came out in 2008. So I was wrong when I said that. But it was Iron Man 2.
I thought.
Sorry,
yeah, I couldn't tell if you said Iron Man or Iron Man 2.
Yeah, the thing is I was talking about Iron Man 2 because that I think is the movie that has all the AC/DC music in it.
Yeah. I mean Iron Man 2 did too.
Right, Iron Man 2 is what I said. With AC/DC.
I think he said Iron Man did too.
Oh, god damn it. Silver says, it just made a super chat here that says, do you think they look at me weird if I say I like the design of the main 6 pony life? That was all about me, the Peruvian brony. Have a good night. No, I don't think anyone. I think there are people that like that design and are totally down with it.
Wrong to like it.
And then, yep, okay, here's our last super chat. Anime Guy 01 saying, I can't understand people who pay $7 to $15 to go to a movie per person along with whatever they bought for snacks and then talk and ignore the movie. Amen, Anime Guy 01.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen. We've all probably been in that situation where it's like...
I thought Laura was going to throw hands with the people during It Chapter 2.
Like, I've wanted to yell out.
Children.
Yeah.
Like, who brings their children?
I love it. Look.
R-rated horror film.
Laura scared the fuck out of this lady. It's like the kids are talking. Laura's like, "Hey, can you all turn it down?" And the lady's like, "Mind your own business."
And she said, "Turn down for what?"
No, Laura turned around. And was like, "What was that?" And then just silence.
I hope Laura was like in full cosplay and everything.
What was
What?
Come again, bitch.
That's so hard.
I love when like people are shut down in the theater because that happened to me with Tomb Raider, where some guy like some woman was on her phone and like talking throughout the movie and he's like, "Could you please be quiet?" Like somebody said. I was like, "Oh great!" And could you please turn off your phone? Like so stern.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a wrap here on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. This was a long one, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you, of course, to our live audience for helping us along with it with some of the topics and whatnot. You all rock. We want to thank our super chats. But while we pull up our super chats, Sarah's looking at me like, what?
I blacked out. Sorry.
Sarah's like, it's past my bedtime.
All right, we got Missy, James Hohen, Jack's Blade, Caesar the King, Anime Guy 01, another one from Missy.
Yeah.
We got Nora Mermaid, we got Fritz Roll, Firefly Jake, Silver, and yeah.
So again, thank you all so much for your generosity. As usual, an extra shout out for Missy, of course. And a big thanks to the podcasters joining us here tonight.
Yay!
I'll even give a shout out to Claire for adding in some of the fun and all that.
Yes, and by the way, let me clarify because there are people in the comments saying that they thought I was kidding. I was not kidding. That is a very true story.
There you go. That's why you tuned into the Semi-Perfect Podcast, to get the scoop.
Let me make it super clear to you all.
I'm gonna give you the clarity you deserve, and it's gonna be sweet as a bell.
We're gonna practice some clairvoyance here, and the 11.
Damn, that was good.
27.
And we're gonna.
Oh should we move that? Probably.
Oh, why?
That's right. I'm at Disneyland that day.
Good.
Okay, and it's right before Thanksgiving, so.
Oh. What do you think of moving up a day? No, because we might be at the movies. What the heck, Sarah? What the heck?
What
Are
the
we
butt?
planning on going to the movies with
What
my
the butt?
sister and my mom?
Oh, then probably not. Yeah, we probably won't, huh? Okay, so what we'll say is keep an eye on the Semi-Perfect Podcast Twitter. We might move up the podcast to Tuesday, but I'll talk with all you guys about that and see what we want to do, just to get it a little bit away from Thanksgiving, and because Sarah's ditching that day. But with that, yeah, we'll be back the week of Thanksgiving, and just can't wait to see you all there. Thank you for tuning in for the Semi-Perfect Podcast here tonight, and you all have a wonderful next 2 weeks.
Damn pony.
I love you all.
That pony
Page
life.
5.
Twilight, Twilight, cheers.
She is a princess, Twilight, Twilight.